jackets.
That sucks.
Lesbians.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of deviant.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass.
And yeah, we're back. Where have you been?
It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful.
A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program. El virus de Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that fact.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
Opie and Anthony show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Now go back to the quad and resume your hacky sack tourney. I'm not going to lie down for some frat boy bastard with his damn Teva sandals and his skull bandits and his Abercrombie and Fitch long-sleeved open-stitch crewneck Henley smoking his sticky buds out of a soda can while watching his favorite downloaded Simpsons episodes every night. Yes, we all love Mr. Plow. Oh, you've got the song memorized, do you? So does everyone else. That is exactly the kind of idiot you see at Taco Bell at 1 in the morning. The guy who just whipped his way down the bar skank ladder.
That's a good one.
Yeah, good old Stewie. Fuck it, let's just start talking.
Why not? We could just,
It's easy to grin when your ship comes in and you've got the stock market beat. But the man worthwhile is the man who can smile when his shorts are too tight in the seat.
Okay, Pookie. Chris in the boat. Yeah, we can do that for, 10 more minutes like we usually do, but we'll just start talking.
We'll give him more show today.
Yeah, there's no need to,
You beast. You savage. Come on, bark like a dog for me. Bark like a dog. I will teach you the meaning of the word respect.
There's no reason to do that.
Nah.
We do that like every day. We might as well just start the show.
Right. Looking for one more here.
That was the whole gag.
I know.
We need new clips.
That's what I was thinking the other day.
Steve loaded up a couple, I think.
Yeah, it's time to freshen things up.
Freshen it up.
Jesus,
oh, my God.
Imus.
I know. Isn't that great?
Imus rocks. Imus fucking rocks.
He certainly does.
Imus has the biggest balls in broadcasting.
That is truly a man who has reached the point where
he doesn't give
a shit. That's it. He'll do what he wants to do.
Just to get everyone up to speed. First of all, hey, it's the Opie and Anthony program. And Don Imus is a friend of the show. And where were we last with Don Imus? My brother came up with these Spread the Virus T-shirts. And he's now working on a Pest T-shirt, by the way, Anthony. Mm-hmm. And the pre-ordering is going on, so you can get any size you want. So if you're a real fat guy, you could actually get a shirt you could wear.
Yeah,
that's why my brother does the pre-ordering, and then after that, he stocks with like larges and extra larges, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You're out of luck. But the brand new Opie and Anthony, is that a real hairdo?
It's Rob Bartlett.
That's Rob Bartlett now?
I'm guessing.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
I remember seeing Rob years ago. He didn't look like that.
Anyway, sorry, we're a little distracted. We'll get to the point in a second. My brother came up with the Opie and Anthony Pest T-shirts. And we got to talk about the pest thing as well today.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want an Opie and Anthony Pest T-shirt, you email my brother at Dr. Duck, spell out Doctor, and Duck is D-U-K, at AOL.com. All the info's up on OpieandAnthony.com.
He's playing Dr. Phil is what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
So he's got a bald cap on. I thought that was a little odd looking.
That scared me.
Look at Imus doing shtick.
But anyway, my brother did the Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus T-shirts. You could still get those as well if you go to OpieandAnthony.com.
Mm-hmm.
And Imus and his gang, I guess, ordered a couple, or Imus himself ordered a couple.
Yeah.
And then he was spending time on his show bitching that he wasn't getting his Opie and Anthony T-shirt.
Didn't get it delivered.
How long
did it take? He was really a little angry.
Bitching and complaining, blah, 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 blah.
I never thought he actually ordered it.
Yeah, I
thought he was joking.
I thought it was a gag, but I guess he checks out our websites and stuff, and he keeps tabs on Ant and I.
Yeah. He's very fond of you, Opie.
Well, I went and saw him at a book signing in Huntington, Long Island, and we kind of hit it off. And ever since, he's been keeping tabs of us.
Keeping tabs, making sure we're okay.
Before we got back onto radio, he was a little concerned about us. You know, he thought, this is his words, he thought we were very talented and did a very good show and that we should be on radio again, you know?
Yeah.
And so anyway, he orders the Opie and Anthony T-shirt, and like Ann said, we're like, no way did he actually order it.
Yeah.
You know, this is a gag, right? And then he's bitching that he didn't get it in time. Well, anyway, today it goes to the next level. Don Imus, on his own show on MSNBC, is wearing the Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus T-shirt.
That's fantastic.
There it is, Opie and Anthony, XM Satellite Radio.
Yeah.
Dude, you know how pissed off his bosses have got to be today?
Yeah.
They hate us.
He's promoting the show, and some people have brought up the fact that I think he wins the assault the media thing. How long has he had this up there? This is the longest assault on the media ever. He's on MSNBC with the Opie and Anthony logo. I think he wins a MiFi.
Well, we do have an assault on the media contest going on, and you know what? We're going to have to vote, and you know what?
I think Imus wins.
Imus might win. It's for the whole month of July.
How do you work this newfangled thing? The hell is this?
But just to explain, we worked for the same company Imus is working for. It was us, Howard, and Imus. And I don't think the bosses are happy that Imus is just wearing an Opie and Anthony XM Satellite Radio T-shirt on his radio show today.
No, Infinity Broadcasting doesn't even like our names mentioned. There were times where we wanted to say something, or somebody even involved with the program wanted to promote something on Ron and Fez's show down in D.C.
Right.
They weren't even allowed to mention Opie and Anthony at all. And there's Imus, also works for Infinity Broadcasting, with Opie and Anthony emblazoned across his chest.
Just wearing it, and
that's great.
Pissing everyone off today at Infinity Broadcasting, but Imus just doesn't give a fuck.
You know something? That's reaching legendary status. This guy is a legend. When you can just do whatever the hell you damn well please, and you know there's going to be no repercussions because of it. The guy, tell him, Fred. He's done it all.
Yeah. He's
done it all.
He's got a jacket on now, or some kind of something.
Denim cowboy jacket.
Yeah, denim cowboy jacket. So it's covering up.
It's like the Marlboro Man wearing an Opie and Anthony shirt. That's how he's dressed.
It's covering up the shirt a little bit, but we're getting reports that it was clear as day earlier in the show.
Yeah,
it's just great. It's just great, Imus. You rock.
I can't take my eyes off it. We're going to have to turn that off.
I'll tell you why he's so supportive. He just loves how we just, gave it to Howard over and over again, and we didn't give a fuck.
And flustered Howard.
To the point that...
who doesn't know the
that
history?
Howard went to our bosses, and Imus just sat back, and he loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved the shit we gave Howard over the years.
Everyone knows the history between those two, but unfortunately a lot of people know it because of the fantasy movie Private Parts. And the truth of the matter is, Howard's 10 times the scumbag Imus was perceived to be in the movie. You know, as far as screwing you behind the scenes, not really letting anybody up and coming get any popularity, running to the boss and yelling instead of fighting his battles on the air like he always said he did. Yeah, that's all bullshit. Imus is the real deal. You bash Imus, goof on Imus, joke about him or something, he'll just come back on the air and goof on you back or enjoy it. Well, understand what it's all about. Not like Howie running to the boss.
Well, the fact is, too, we abused Imus pretty bad over the years, too, but Imus could take a joke.
Got a sense of humor.
He's got a sense of humor. He didn't go running to our bosses to shut us up. Mm-hmm. But there it is today. Imus wearing an Opie and Anthony XM Satellite Radio T-shirt. He might be in the lead for the MiFi.
I think he is. This is quite the assault on the media on MSNBC.
Someone might want to email Imus and tell him he's in the lead for the MiFi and other fine prizes. Actually, one of the prizes, I think, we just added it today, is a day in the studio with us.
Oh! He could come in, sit down here, and hang out with the Opie and Anthony show.
We personally hand over the MiFi and you sit in for the program one morning.
You're going to let him sit in here, or is he going to have to sit and watch us through the glass?
Nah, I think we'll allow him to actually sit in a seat.
That'd be great.
So, Imus is in the running, Anthony, for the assault on the media, and also that guy, Buffalo Paul.
Buffalo Paul, yeah.
His video's up on opieandanthony.com, his assault on the media that he did in Buffalo. So it's a fine contest. And speaking of which, before we move on, our own Danny. Danny, I was worried.
Another fine job.
Danny should come in here. I was worried. Just before we went on the air, I go to Ben. Danny hasn't come back yet.
Yeah, we were a little worried about you, Danny. Where were you? Were you lollygagging?
No, actually, I took Master Poe gave me a ride down there, but I had to take the subway back.
Gentlemen.
So.
See, the reality is a lot of the assaults on the media that happen in New York are the work of Danny and Nathaniel.
Yep.
Most of them, anyway.
Well, it's a real hit or miss thing, finding these news crews around. I don't know, how did you know about this one?
Well, actually, Master Poe had informed me. He saw it on the way in.
See, that's what it is. Whenever any of us involved in the show are driving in or coming in, whatever means we're using, you see these news crews setting up, and you come back here and alert the staff, and they run out. It's kind of hard for somebody that doesn't know what's going on, like just a listener, to get there with a sign and everything. So we send our own guys out, and today was flawless.
Why,
beautiful assault.
I made sure to stand about 50 feet back so I could get the whole sign in the frame.
Clear, concise. You got the attention of the reporter who just before they cut to the film turned around to look at
that
you.
was on air?
Yeah.
Yeah, she turned.
Just right when they cut. And when they went back to the anchors at the desk, they were laughing, which is always a good sign. Kind of looking at each other like, oh, boy.
Yeah, the anchors definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They definitely enjoyed that one. But
the sign was on camera for quite a while. He did a good job.
See, the cool thing was I saw in the studio, they went to that shot earlier, so I saw exactly how it was set up. I knew
Where
exactly
you
how far I had to be
right.
away.
Today's assault on the media, we all were sitting around in the office. It was a guarantee it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Some days we just know it's a guarantee.
Yep.
And just before, like, Ben's on the phone with Danny.
Like, all right, they're coming back from commercial.
You know, helping out Danny, because that's how you do it. You get some help from home to help you.
Yeah, you got to have someone monitoring the show.
Sure. And just before we knew it was going down, we all got, like, the douche chills.
You get, like, a little nervous. You can sit there and watch because you know it's coming. No one else knows.
Well, I knew I was on in the frame immediately when Ben started cackling and I was over the phone. So.
Yeah, because Ben is the guy. He's the advanced man. He's your recon guy. So he's watching the TV, and you hear him on the phone in the office. We're all sitting in there, and Ben just starts going, "Okay, go, 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 go!"
I love when the people come from far away.
It's the best.
It's a gamble, but as far as a visual, it's really funny because you see this movement in the back.
Oh, there he is.
And he gets closer and closer and closer, and then he just stands with a big smile.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing.
Yeah. That was a good one.
So, bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo. And like I said, then Danny didn't come back, and we started getting a little worried.
Yeah.
But he's back.
It was a little further away than just walking.
His assault on the media does not count because Danny is now an employee of the Opie and Anthony program.
Right. These are just exhibition assaults.
Yeah,
go on.
Just showing everyone else how it's done.
Right.
I think officially Buffalo Paul is in the lead as far as the assault on the media.
You can't take Imus out of it.
Contest goes
there it is.
July.
I'm looking at it right there. I think he'd enjoy a MiFi.
All right, we're going to have to make a decision later today. Butch and
MiFi, could it be installed in his cowboy hat with like an antenna right on top of it? They ought to make just an Imus cowboy hat with the MiFi installed.
Nice accessory for your MiFi.
Sure.
Comes with cowboy hat. Butch, North Carolina, what up?
Hey, guys, yeah, first of all, I never even heard, I heard about you guys on Imus because he used to talk about you all the time. But this morning when he came on, he'd spend a couple minutes just talking about the shirt and how stupid he was because he owned Sirius stock. Love the show, guys.
All right, thank you.
Who doesn't own Sirius stock? You got to, play with it a little bit.
Well, that's why the stock is so low, because everyone owns it.
Yeah, there's 8 billion gazillion shares out there. Why not? Pick up a couple on the cheap, hope it goes up a little bit, and then you off it. That's all. He knows. And they both go up together, it seems. You know, it's one of those industry-wide stocks that if XM goes up, for the most part, Sirius will go up just because satellite radio went up that day, you know. It's usually based on some analyst going, I think satellite radio is going to do well. All right, great. That day it goes up. The next week, some guy's going, satellite radio's awful. It's going to tank in a matter of years. And then the stock goes back down. Sons of bitches.
There you have it. Okay. Keith the cop in studio.
Hey.
What's up,
there
Keith?
He is. Morning, gentlemen.
Aye.
Thank you for yesterday.
Ixnay.
Ixnay on the Esterye Day.
Are you getting ready for the WOW motorcycle ride to Philly?
Absolutely. Things are coming together
nice.
quite well.
We got a lot of little things going on, Anthony.
Of course we do, always.
To, as we like to say, spread the virus of the Opie and Anthony program, and Keith is going to help us out. This Wednesday, he's taking a little motorcycle ride all the way to Philly to Risque.
Club Risque down in Philadelphia.
Ooh,
Yep.
Club Risque. I wonder what that's all about.
Yeah, it's coming along. I mean, you hate to overestimate, but I think leaving from here, we're going to have probably 50 to 75 bikes.
That's nice. That's
20
a big
to
crowd.
25 girls. Seems
Nice.
One guy's bringing about 10 to 15 girls. I don't have his website with me to promote
Beautiful
it.
girls.
Yeah, coming from the Kit Kat Club.
And got one guy who's already on the way here. He emailed me a couple days. He left Texas.
Mhm.
He's riding up from Texas to ride with us back down to Philadelphia.
Nice.
He emailed me from a stop in Texarkana, so he's on the way.
That's a little weird, man.
I was a long ride.
I was thinking, though, I mean, we're going to have the motorcycle ride from New York to Philly, and then we did a really bad job with this, because then I was thinking we should get another leg from Philly to somewhere else.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we kind of dropped the ball.
I think these guys have lives, though.
Yeah, but I mean, the cool part is some will leave, and others will join.
Join up.
And then maybe we could just keep it going for the rest of the summer somehow. But we kind of dropped the ball. We'll see. Maybe somehow something will develop on Wednesday when Keith and the gang go down to Philly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking that we would actually need, like, one set of boobs, like one girl, to send nationwide.
Like as the one constant.
Right. So maybe it could be Patty.
No. Patty has the worst boobs ever.
Yeah, but she's somebody that we could convince to take off 2 weeks from work and just shoot her around the country.
I'm busy at Godiva.
If we're gonna show off what this WOW could do for the rest of the country, we need someone with a nice set of boobs.
I have a couple nice racks coming, so...
all right, so basically it's this Wednesday. You guys are leaving from the studio at what time?
We are leaving from the studio at 7:30.
At 7:30 Wednesday, if you want to take a little ride from New York to Philly. It's going to be a lot of boobies that
so you're leaving from here.
Right.
So there's going to be like quite the crowd of people and bikes outside.
Right.
Wow.
So get here early, between 6 and 6:30, so we can get everything squared away.
It's going to be loud out there.
It's going to be loud outside.
Wow.
And quick intro of some of the girls and some of the people. A few people that have responded. We have, from back in the day, the one-legged boxing champion.
Oh, of course.
Woody,
right?
Woody. He rides a motorcycle. He
good.
happens to ride a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he does it with a wooden leg, but he has emailed me. He's coming. The guy from Texas, fella from Florida, is riding up with his chick. Donkey Sausage is going.
Of course.
Well, that was part of the course. A couple girls from the original one that we did back in the day are coming as well. And that fella's bringing...
So basically, you don't even need a motorcycle to go if you want to go down, by car or something. And
yeah, Pat from Unaki is like the support vehicle.
So support vehicle, great.
And,
Pat.
down at when we get down to Club Risque, there's going to be a whole spread of food, as far as like breakfast, lunch sort of thing. There'll be some T-shirts,
and muff burgers,
some XM stuff. I think.
Yum yum.
Say, there's a crab on my egg.
We might even have some XM staff coming up from Washington, from what I hear.
Really make the party fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, to take all the fun out of the party. Jesus.
Party poopers, if I may say that.
Is Eric Logan going to come up with a helmet, or is he just going to put a little, diamond on top of that stupid hairdo so it looks like one of those Nazi helmets?
I was at my brother's yesterday. I get a text message from Eric Logan. He text messages me all the time. His text message, I wish I could... I might even still have it in my phone. Well, it doesn't matter, but basically the text message said, location check.
Location check?
That's all he wrote.
Is that e-location?
Location check.
What does that mean?
I guess he wanted to know where I was.
What is that about?
I go, I'm at my brother's out east. All right. And then he writes Roger. Okay, I do have to find these text messages.
Roger.
Hold on.
He's insane.
Of course he is. But basically, the motorcycle ride tomorrow, Wednesday. It's 111 West 57th Street here in New York City. The address should be up on opieandanthony.com, okay?
Right between 6th and 7th.
57th Street between 6th and 7th, right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you can't make it into New York, meet us down at the club. And if you don't have a bike but you got breasts, meet us at Club Risque.
Very cool. I think we're going to have a lot of support as far as the WOW ride goes. Here we go. Yeah, look, location check from Eric Logan.
Location check with a question mark. Like, hey.
So I wrote back where I was, and then he writes, Roger, just landing in Detroit for All-Star game. Can we catch up later in the day? Enjoy your weekend.
That's what he wanted to tell you, that he's flying in for the All-Star game. That was his way of telling you, instead of just going, hey, guess where I am? It's like, where are you? All right, I'm here. The All-Star game.
Location check.
Location check.
Ugh.
I don't know what I've done, but I believe me, and I love the fact that I've done this somehow. I've deflected any management from contacting me.
I know.
I love it.
Trust me, I know.
I don't get phone calls, text I get nothing. I don't even think these people have my number.
I know.
And I enjoy the shit out of it. I am home on the weekend with nary a worry I'm going to get a call. It's fantastic. No location checks from ELO for me.
No, why? Because he knows where you are.
He knows I'm home.
At all times.
I went out this weekend.
You're in your bedrooms with bedrooms. Jesus, you're in your bedroom with a stack of DVDs with the shades down.
That's it.
With some guy bringing you milk.
You know it. That's it. Stacking my urine jars up. I went out this weekend though. I went out.
Yeah.
I'm still as I said. I'm house hunting, Opie.
Mm-hmm.
House hunting, which is just a treat. It's just a lovely treat. Rummaging through people's houses. It's just some houses you go to and you just know that this ain't it, but you gotta walk around and look.
Because it's the polite thing to do?
Because, yeah, you don't want the homeowner to, and I don't know why I should worry about it or care, I think it's more, you don't want the relationship between the realtor and the homeowner to be on the outs because, she's bringing people over there that are rude or something. So you kind of look around just knowing the second you pulled up to the place that it ain't it. And this weekend, I checked out a place, but it wasn't quite it. But it was right next door to Allison. Allison's house.
Are you kidding?
Howie's old house. It was the house right next door.
It's for sale?
Yeah.
Did you know going into it?
No, the homeowner said. And Howard Stern used to live next door, and she had no clue that I'm in the business,
hilarious.
as they say. I used to live there. Tell him, Fred. That'd be good. Howdy, neighbor.
Yeah, right.
And Howie comes to pick up his kids.
How does that work on any level?
That'd be fun. I could be out sunning in the backyard when Howie comes to pick up his kids.
I can't believe you were on Pine Tree Road. That's amazing.
Robin. Tell him, Fred. He's ripping me off now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that wasn't quite it.
No.
Nice, but, not quite what I'm looking for.
All right.
I need something about 10 acres, Somebody have my phone number? That's interesting. Is that ELO?
That's probably going to be ELO.
Let me see. Location check. All right, ELO, I'm on the air. Here at the studio. Location check. And
he did not location check you.
It's a 202 number, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. You gotta love ELO. He does have my number. He does care.
What I do love about him is there's, over 150 channels on XM? He listens to us all the time.
I know.
He can't be bothered with the rest of the channels.
We love ELO.
You should send back a thing and ask him location check, and he'll say, running around a circle with a giant medal around my neck.
Jesus. Is that a Special Olympics joke? Did you just do a Special Olympics joke?
Location check.
Did.
Not the hairstylist.
Location check. Chinese above the eyes look-alike contest. And for a third year in a row, first place go to
Hero. Well, I hope he's checking out Imus on MSNBC there.
Right.
All right, let's go to Tori. What's up, Tori?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, am I on?
Yes, you are, sir.
Oh, okay. I have an Imus audio from earlier in the morning if you want to hear it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a listen.
Okay, I'll give this a try. Hold on.
Is this going to be a gag?
But, man, there's a lot going on there. I bet it is fascinating. I bet it is. It has to be. Just a lot going on. I have my Opie and Anthony T-shirt on this morning, but when I put it on, I realized that I don't have any interest in XM satellite radio. It's serious. It's serious. How screwed up am I? Why go buy a bunch of Sirius stock and then wear an XM T-shirt? How does that make any sense? Hey, others are going to listen to O&A. And I'm not about to buy any XM stock. Oh, man. You know? Well, so that's fine. Bo Dietl will be in. Dr. Phil.
Oh, that rocks, man.
That's pretty good.
Our good friend Don Imus. Yeah, he's on MSNBC right now wearing an Opie and Anthony T-shirt. So Don Imus doing more marketing for us than XM itself.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Tori.
No problem, guys.
All right, there you go. And Imus might be winning the assault on the media for the month of July.
Come on, he's on MSNBC, and he's got the O&A shirt, and it's been on there longer than I think any other sign has been on. So
it's between him and Buffalo Paul.
Why would he not be in the contention?
And there's other people sending an email saying they're going to do an assault on the media soon.
Mm-hmm.
They're very motivated to win that MiFi for the month of July. It's real easy. You just get an Opie and Anthony sign on TV. And
right.
The best one will win the MiFi. So if you get creative with your assault, that could be a good thing, right?
Right.
All right. We should take our first break, and we'll get into some radio for you folks.
Get into some stuff, some goings-on.
Remember last week we were talking about clean movie edits, Anthony?
Yes, we hate them.
We got Smokey and the Bandit 2. Oh,
which was just an awful movie. And 3 is unwatchable.
I forgot.
Unwatchable. It was the one with Jerry Reed, no Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds makes like a cameo at the end, and it's Jerry Reed dressed as Burt Reynolds' character in the Trans Am driving around. It was the worst. And then at the very end, Buford T. Justice comes up to the car, and he sees Burt Reynolds instead of Jerry Reed, and it's kind of like almost a dreamy-looking sequence, and it's Burt Reynolds doing like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Not
really?
even, like a minute.
Really? Okay. Well,
awful movie.
Well, we got some audio from Smokey and the Bandit 2, the clean edits. This is a fun little game we've been playing lately. Also, on the way, more news teases.
We love the news teases.
What happened about with the London subway bombings? Now it's all about the hurricane.
Hurricane.
I can't keep up here. I thought
Dennis the Menace. Opie, Dennis the Menace.
I thought the shark attacks were the important thing.
Sharks.
I thought the sharks were dangerous, and then all of a sudden they're like, nah, shark's not dangerous
Shark's
anymore.
not even in the news anymore.
Now subway bombing's very dangerous.
Very
okay.
dangerous.
All right, I'm with you. Now the subway bombing's very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's not dangerous anymore. Now it's all about the hurricane.
Hurricane.
Dennis the Menace. Ugh. Ugh.
Dennis headed our way? What does it mean for our weather? Ooh, what does it mean?
Well, we'll get into that as well. Also, you know what? We should play, for the new listeners going into break, one of the Kaplan songs.
What's that?
We'll do our favorite.
Which one?
You know, Silence of the Lambs, the
Yeah.
musical, the Kaplan Brothers. We'll play.
Love that.
We'll play our favorite going into break here for the new listeners because they're joining the program every day.
I actually went to their website and ordered their CD and got it delivered and everything.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, toss them a couple of bucks. Might as well support the guys.
Which one you want to hear? The one we always play? Put the effing lotion in the basket, or you want to go with?
Love put the fucking lotion in the basket.
All right, we'll play that going into break. But they sent us 3 brand new songs today that we're going to debut on our show.
Nice.
One called G.I. Jew. Another one called It's You, which is, I think, a spoof on RoboCop.
RoboCop the musical?
RoboCop the musical they're thinking of doing. And then another song called Why Can't Chinese Women Drive. So maybe we'll debut those after the break as well. We got lots to do, but first, here's the Kaplan Brothers with one of our classic favorites.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, it does this when it's told. It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose. And when it's done, there's one more thing, a simple little task. It's put the fucking lotion in the basket. Put the fucking lotion in the basket. All these stupid women are the same. Helps me not to think of them as human. So I call them it instead of by their names.
Mister, please no more abuse. Can't you see there's no excuse? My family's probably wondering where I've been.
I'll starve you so your skin gets loose. Stop crying now, you big fat moose. Just put the fucking lotion on your skin. And then put the fucking lotion in the basket. Your chances for survival are remote. I'm impervious to all your silly whining, so right down before I jam a moth right down your fucking throat.
Mister, please, my mom's got money let me go. This isn't funny. Cops are sure to send somebody. Turn me loose, don't be a dummy.
Listen to you scream and wail. Keep it down, you fucking whale. Mind the broken fingernail. The last girl climbed halfway but failed. Precious?
She's down here, you piece of shit.
Put the fucking poodle in the basket. I'd kill you, but there's someone at the door. Don't make me go and get my gun and shoot you. It's a waste of skin. They don't sell fat girls in a fucking store. Put my fucking precious in the basket. Don't you hurt my one and only friend. You don't know what pain is, but I'll teach you. If you lay a fucking finger on my poodle's pretty head, put the fucking poodle in the basket.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Oaday virus.
Here we go. Paul McCartney news.
What happened?
Well, Paul McCartney's wife suffered a miscarriage.
Aww.
Just a few months into her latest pregnancy.
Oh,
the latest?
That was reported last night. Friends said the couple are determined to keep trying for another child.
Aww. Well, that's good.
Well, a lot of times... That's just terrible. You have any...
What? Oh, I was just thinking you could rename a few songs, perhaps. Maybe Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Nursery.
I had Sgt. Pepper's Broken Hearts Club Band. What about this one? She loves to boo hoo hoo.
Oh my God. Splat, splat, Heather's bloody fetus ran down her one good leg. Do, 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 do.
You guys turn off the lights for John?
My kid looks like a lumpy red submarine.
That's a stretch.
She loved that goo, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loved that goo, yeah, yeah.
Oh. Suddenly, that crib's not the happy sight it used to be. There's a screaming woman sitting next to me.
Oh, Lady McCartney, stewed tomato at your feet.
Hey, Jude, don't be so blue. Take a fat gut and make it thinner.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Is this thing on? All right. Let's go to the phones and say hi to JJ and Callie. JJ, what's up?
Hey, boys, how's it going today?
We're rocking.
Hey, Professor, wasn't there 4 Bandit movies?
No.
Yeah, and the fourth one, that's the one that Burt Reynolds wasn't in, and they had the new Trans Am in that one.
That was the third one, my friend.
I thought the third one was where the Mounties and all the other cops showed up.
That was the same movie. No, you're confused. There's 3. There's the one where it was the first one. Everyone remembers the first one. The second one was the one with the elephant and Dom DeLuise. And then the third one was the one with Jerry Reed playing the part of Burt Reynolds there.
Oh, then you are the Professor.
Ah.
All right, I'm punching out, fellas. Great show.
All right, thank you. All right, and really fast, getting ready for that WOW ride to Philly. We got one of the ladies that will be doing the ride with Keith the Cop. Heather, what's up?
Hey, guys. What's going on?
So you're taking the ride from New York to Philly on Wednesday?
Yes.
Very cool. We're looking for a lot of people to show up Wednesday morning to join Keith and the gang. You guys leave at 7:30 from the station.
Yes, I went on the first one. It was a good time.
Keith is telling me you got new boobs and everything, huh?
Yes, I did.
And you'll be flashing and showing everybody?
Yep.
Brand new.
Brand new boobs to be shown off this coming Wednesday from New York to Philly.
Yep.
Why are you breathing so heavily?
I don't know.
Are your boobs that big where you're having problems breathing?
No.
She's all nervous, maybe.
Are you nervous?
Maybe a little.
Yeah, Keith told you to call, right?
Yeah, he woke me up.
Damn it.
What's wrong?
What type of prep is that Keith told you to call?
Well, because this is going nowhere. I don't want to take responsibility for this awful phone call.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's more a visual, I think.
I think
She's
so,
a visual,
too.
yes.
Well, Heather, we look forward to taking a look at you on Wednesday, all right?
All right. See you then.
All right. We're still looking for people to join Keith the Cop and the gang. You just have to show up at the station, 111 West 57th Street before 7:30 on Wednesday. That's between 6th and 7th Avenues.
Pickle Weasel is saying from Harry's Cubicle, saying, hey, dickhead, that was Convoy. So I guess that was the movie Convoy was the movie that guy was talking about.
Oh, okay.
For those of you keeping tabs.
No. Smokey the Bandit 2, would all the Jackie Gleason lookalikes were there?
Yeah?
Wasn't that 2?
No, that's 3 also.
3?
The Mounties, everything is 3.
All the bad stuff that I know nothing about is 3, because I hate that movie, and I probably haven't even sat through it all the way.
I was amazed that you even sat through the whole thing.
No, I don't think I did.
I finally sat through Caddyshack 2. Oh, my God.
Oh, the worst sequel ever.
Well, everyone agrees, but to actually sit through it, you're just amazed that someone actually said, yeah, release this thing.
It's horrid.
Just completely taking advantage of the success of the first one.
Yep.
Buffalo Paul on instant feedback from whackbag.com. Very pissed off. Buffalo Paul in the lead for the assault on the media for the month of July. Up for grabs at MyFi and hopefully some other prizes. We just added a day in the studio with us.
Yeah.
We're not going to fly in or anything if you're from somewhere else in the country. But if you find yourself in the New York area, then guess what? If you won the assault on the media, you also sit in on the show.
Is that sitting, like, outside through the glass?
Through the glass, and maybe on the Liberator.
Yeesh.
Maybe sit next to Anthony for a little while.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
Maybe for a little while.
There are a few privileged people that get to sit in that chair next to me. Guests sit where Keith is sitting right now, way across from me.
No,
and then sometimes, like if a guest came in, Keith would then come and sit next to me, and the guest would sit over there.
And you gotta take one for the team.
Why?
The winner gets to not only sit in the studio for a day, you get to sit next to Anthony for a little while, and you get to actually bring Anthony his milk.
Come in with the milk. Come in with the milk. Come in with the milk. Come in with the milk. Come in with the milk. Come in with the milk. He is to open the bag with his right hand and hold the bag out to me at a 45-degree angle so I may reach into the bag without touching the paper.
Of course. You don't want to touch the paper.
Thank you, Andy Gore, by the way.
Really?
It finally hit me. That sounds exactly like Andy Gore. And Andy Gore has the same problems that Howard Hughes had. So, but we're gonna add a day hanging out with the Opie and Anthony show as well. Buffalo Paul in the lead. He did a great assault on the media in Buffalo, and Imus now wearing the Opie and Anthony XM Satellite Radio T-shirt on MSNBC this morning. We're starting to think that Imus might be in the lead. So Buffalo Paul wrote an instant feedback. He's like, it's hard to compete with a guy with his own TV show.
Aw, Buffalo Paul's a little mad.
And then he writes, the fans won't even try if they can't beat Imus. Imus's entry should be separate. And then he puts in parentheses an employee-type entry.
What? Paul...
First
You're
of all,
a mad person.
Yeah, Imus doesn't work for XM Satellite Radio, so technically he could be in on this
contest.
The fans need to have their own contest. And then he writes, just saying.
Imus is in the contest. Don't make a fucking maniac out of me. Imus is in the contest.
Buffalo Paul is in the lead, but we got to think about this Imus thing, seriously, to see if he's actually in the lead for the Assault on the Media contest. All right, Anthony, Smoking the Bandit 2. Just talking about that movie, so why don't we do this fast?
Oh.
If I can find it.
You see some of your favorite movies on TV, you turn it on, and then you realize, oh, shit, it's on TBS. And you try to watch it, and they just cut it apart. They cut out any, not even bad language like the F word. Even like damn they cut out, bastard, things like that, ass. Why are you cutting that out of movies? It's so distracting and ridiculous. And we've dealt with that for years. Thank God for, cable television. But remember in oldie days, Opie, when you had to get up and change the channel? You were stuck at their mercy. That was pretty much the only movies you got to watch.
I didn't really have... Oh, all right. Yeah, you're talking about before cable. Because then you got the primitive cable box where it was ka-chonk, 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 ka-chonk.
With the cable, the big wire that went from the box on the TV to a smaller box with the buttons on it that you pressed to change the channel. Now I'm talking about when you actually got up and changed the channel. There were only, 10 channels that you could watch?
Yeah.
And they put movies on, and they used to... The only movies that were really available, I remember back in when I was a kid, like early to mid-'70s, me, my brothers sit around and watch movies, and they were all old, 50s movies. It was the only thing on. There were no new... If there was a movie in the movie theater, you weren't seeing that for 10 fucking years. You were not going to see, Planet of the Apes that came out in, I guess, 68. You weren't going to see that on TV until, 1978.
Well, a good example, is Star Wars. Didn't that take forever to go to regular TV?
Yeah, but even that was kind of getting into the time where they already had some HBO and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm talking 72, 73, when a movie came out.
You're basically talking about when you were hanging out with
me, Groucho, we'd sit around,
right.
and the only thing that we could watch was A Day at the Races.
Right.
And I'm like, what the hell is this, Groucho? You flick a cigar and make those eyebrows.
So anyway, we got Smoking the Bandits.
Yeah, you were at their mercy, and this is what you had to deal with. Now, I don't know why anyone watches these movies on channels with the things all cut about. I think it's laziness, because I know damn well I've turned movies on TBS and been aggravated with the commercials and the editing, and I look over to my right, and there's my big case of DVDs, and that very same movie is sitting right there in my DVD rack, but I will not get up and pop it in the player.
It's just weird I don't know, there's something about seeing the movie on your TV.
Yeah.
Knowing that others are watching it or something. I don't
is
know
that it?
I don't know what it is, but you're so right. There are so many times, Caddyshack's on, they're butchering the hell out of it, and yeah. Boom.
It's right there.
It's right there. So why not just, you got the idea to watch Caddyshack because it's on TV.
Yeah.
Why not just grab the DVD at that point?
Laziness.
You make a good point. I don't think it's laziness.
You don't think it's laziness?
I think it's some weird thing about you feeling connected
camaraderie
with
the world.
Somehow,
even though you're home, you're somehow connected to the outside world.
By the way, let's go to Sean in Tennessee. He's saying you're wrong about the Smokey and the Bandit series, Anthony. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey. He don't have a clue what he's talking about.
All right.
There's only 3 of them. Anthony, the first one, they was carrying beer. The second one's with the Mounties with the elephant. The third one is the shark on top of the car. And that's the one that not in.
Hey, asshole. Hey, dick face. What did I say? What did I say?
You said the Mounties were in the third one. Then the second one with Dave.
I didn't say that. I said I didn't know. I said the first one was Burt Reynolds. Everyone knows which one the first one is. I said the second one was the one with the elephant and Dom DeLuise. And the third one was Jerry Reed playing the Burt Reynolds part. What part did I get wrong, fuck dick?
Fuck dick. You turned around and said that the Mounties were in the third one.
Hey, shut up. Where are you, Tennessee?
Yes.
Birthplace of the Ku Klux Klan, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Go
I just found that out.
Buy the damn.
It's all special on the Ku Klux Klan over the weekend. I got it recorded on TiVo. You got to get audio off of this thing. It's hysterical.
Of what? What?
This Ku Klux Klan thing that was on, I think it was History Channel. Hysterical. And the birthplace of the Klan was Sean's home of Tennessee.
They normally only show that one in February.
And they played the speech. They played the mongrel class. They played that.
Did you see the little fella?
Oh, I did. Yeah. Such a passionate guy.
Yeah.
All right, Sean.
They had a few speeches from modern-day Klansmen, too, that were very entertaining. Why
don't we get that so we can get the
audio
right? All right, so here we go. Smoking the Bandit 2.
I had that right, by the way.
From Dugout Doug.
Take any guff from him.
Well, we'll find out in the replay, because, once again, I don't know what you were saying.
Neither do I.
So here we go. This is the original clips from the movies, and then what they have to do to clean it up for TV. All right? Here's the first one.
Oh, I love your suits. It must be a bitch getting a size 68 extra fat and a 12 dwarf.
I came to make a deal. What's he get if he wins this truck rodeo thing?
Jeff?
$5,000, Daddy. Chicken shit money.
Just what the hell you want, anyway?
you to get out of this dumbass rodeo and accept a real challenge.
By the way, that's from number 1. That's from Smokey and the Bandit, the original first one. Not Smokey and the Bandit 2.
I think you're right.
Absolutely is. It absolutely is.
Oh, I love your suits. But it must be a bear.
Here's for TV, obviously.
A bear. Ah!
Oh, I love your suits. But it must be a bear getting a size 68 extra fat. And a 12 dwarf.
I came to make a deal. What's he get if he wins this truck rodeo thing?
Yes.
$5,000, Daddy.
Chicken feed money.
Just what the heck you want anyway?
You to get out of this dumb old rodeo and accept a real challenge.
Wow.
They take out hell and damn.
They took out hell.
And bitch, right?
Yeah.
A bear, that's probably TBS, which just stinks.
Ooh. That's really awful.
Turner blows.
Here's another clip, the original.
And don't go home.
First one,
Don't go to eat. And don't play with yourself. It wouldn't look nice on my highway. Oh, you can think about it, but don't do it.
Goddamn Gleason's great.
This is how they butchered that line for TV.
Don't go home. Don't go to eat. And don't peel off your clothes, huh? It wouldn't look nice on my highway.
Oh, you can think about it, but don't do it.
Holy cow.
Oh, they got totally different voice.
They got a black guy doing the first part of the speech.
But he did like the whole first half of the film. Couldn't the guy have just done the one line?
Yeah, you might as well just do the whole line.
You hear? It's a black guy.
Yeah.
Listen to this again.
Don't go home. Don't go to eat. And don't peel off your clothes, huh? It wouldn't look nice on my highway.
Oh, you can think about it.
Gleason.
I think it goes back to Gleason. It sounds like two different people.
It absolutely is two different people.
Yeah. Well, I know, but
yeah, it sounds like two different people.
That's what I mean. It's if you didn't, all right, whatever.
Not even close. Guy should have used a French accent.
No, she was dancing back up the aisle. And knockers bouncing all over the joint. It'll go that way. Her ass was wiggling too.
Her ass was wiggling too.
How can that not be?
Knockers bouncing all over the joint. What are they gonna say?
I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
As far as
knockers
regulations go, but this is how they cleaned it up for TV.
No, she was dancing back up the aisle.
Her neck was breaking all over the joint. Let go that way.
Wait, what?
Her neck?
Necklace breaking?
Her neck was breaking all over the joint.
Her neck was breaking all over the joint. What does that mean? Oh, is that horrible?
No, she was dancing back up the aisle.
Her neck was breaking all over the joint. Let go that way.
It sounded like necklace breaking all over the joint.
I'll bet you the guy that does the edits is the guy that also does the Gleason voice. He just wants to get himself some more airtime.
Yeah.
He probably gets paid by the line.
Wow, that's awful. All right, here's another one. Original dialogue.
Nobody makes Sheriff Buford T. Justice look like a possum's pecker. Except for that your ass.
Shut your ass.
That could be the best timing in movie history. Except for that, because his head dips. Shut
your ass.
Can we please hear that again? It's such perfect timing.
Nobody makes Sheriff Buford T. Justice look like a possum's pecker. Except for that your ass.
And watch how they just screw up a magic moment like that.
Nobody makes Sheriff Buford T. Justice look like a possum's pouch. Except for that your face.
Shut your face.
Oh, a possum's pouch.
And the whole, yeah.
These are some of the worst little fill-ins I've ever heard.
Here's
Family entertainment.
Here's the original line from Smokey and the Bandit 1.
It's from all these are from the first one.
Okay.
Did you see that? They went right through our roadblock.
You some bitches couldn't close an umbrella.
An umbrella.
And that's fine to say on TV too.
What's
by the
wrong
way.
with that? It's not even son of a bitch. He's saying some bitch. It's kind of friendly.
Did you see that? They went right through our roadblock.
You scum buzzards couldn't close an umbrella.
Scum buzzard? The hell is that?
That sounds dirtier, actually.
I know. Vulture picking at a condom.
So there you go. That's from Smoking the Bandit. We got some quick ones from Platoon.
Oh, a lot of foul language in Platoon, that's for sure.
All right, why don't we do the original line from Platoon, and then we'll get the cleaned up version from when they have to throw it on TV.
Y'all take a good look at this lump of shit. Remember what it looks like. You fuck up in a firefight, and I goddamn guarantee you a trip out of the bush. In a body bag.
Body bag.
Out here, assholes, you keep your shit wired tight at all times. And that goes for you, shit for brains. You don't sleep on no fucking ambush.
Wow. Awesome, right?
He's hot under the collar.
To say the least.
Here's that same speech cleaned up for TV.
Oh, no.
Y'all take a good look at this lump of guts. Remember what it looks like. You foul up in a firefight, and I damn guarantee you a trip out of the bush. In a body bag.
Out here, people, you keep yourself wired tight at all times.
Oof. And that goes for you too, new meat. You don't sleep on no fucking ambush.
God.
You can hear the studio echoing.
I know, there's a bad echo there. They didn't even get the sound right. Oh, is that horrid?
It's awful to hear going back and forth like that.
How do they stand in a studio and record this and not just cringe at themselves? It's awful.
Hey, what do you say there, LT? How you doing there, Red? Oh, not good, not good. This cocksucker's got every card in the deck.
What a great scene.
Yeah, hell
God,
yeah.
that movie rules. I'll take
the same line for TV.
Hey, what do you say there, LT? How you doing there, Red? Oh, not good, not good. This bloodsucker's got every card in the deck.
Bloodsucker?
Bloodsucker.
Oh, bloodsucker.
Bloodsucker.
That's great.
Get the fuck out of there. Let's go. Come on, motherfucker.
All right, that's the original, obviously. And for TV?
Get out of there. Let's go. Come on, maggot meat.
Maggot meat?
Maggot meat. Oh,
who comes up with these fake, like,
curses?
who's
Who's got to sit there and come up with fake TV curses?
They're basically fake TV curses. Someone's got to write this shit.
Maggot meat's a good one.
All
what
right.
gets passed up if they accept maggot meat?
Another line from Platoon, the original.
Fucking Polly. That O'Neill, he's got his nose so far up Top's ass, he's gotta be Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, dude.
Here's the same line cleaned up.
Politics, man.
It's gotta be politics. That O'Neill, he's got his name so far up Top's list, it's gotta be blackmail.
Holy
crap.
Wow. Oh, my God. They completely changed everything around on that one.
Holy buzzard cock. Oh, wait, I didn't really
You can't say buzzard cock.
You just made it filthier.
Holy buzzard pouch.
That's Bravo Sierra.
What was that at the top of the... What?
Top of the brass's list.
Ugh.
It's got to be blackmail. What?
Got two more examples here. Original dialogue from the movie.
Motherfucker. Motherfucker. I'm too short for this shit, man.
All right. And here's the same line cleaned up for TV.
What a bummer. I'm too short for this dive, man.
What a bummer for motherfucker. That's great.
A drastic drop-off.
Yeah.
As far as curses go.
Yeah, you're in the nom.
You go from motherfucker to what a bummer.
What a bummer.
I annoyed him in an airport for a photo.
You did?
Yes, I did. He was wearing a white pimp suit.
He wasn't just cordial to give you one, or?
It was great.
Oh, you said you
so
annoyed
happy
him.
somebody recognized him.
Yeah?
Yeah. Trying to buy coffee in Starbucks.
Yeah. All right, we got one more from Platoon, the original dialogue.
You got Junior and Taylor here on your position.
God damn it, Elias, don't mess with my pig. I ain't getting greased on this bush tonight, so you keep this sorry cheese dick off my ass.
You got Taylor.
Very good. You know this could be just an abortion.
Oh.
Here's
Cheesehead.
Here it is cleaned up for TV.
Tex, you got Junior and Taylor here on your position.
Damn it, Elias, don't mess with my pig. I ain't getting greased on this bush tonight, so you keep this sorry sheep dip off my ass.
You got Taylor.
Sheep dip.
Oh, my.
Sheep dip.
Wouldn't it be funny if they made it worse? You keep this stupid cheese cunt off my ass.
There you go. Another example of what they do to the classic movies for TV. Want to thank, Dugout Doug, always helping the program. Thanks, Doug.
I'd respect it more if they just beeped it out.
Or not even a beep, because beeps are real annoying.
Quiet.
Just quiet. I watch movies like that, and I have no problem with it. You know what they're saying. When they try so hard to pop something in, it's so distracting to watching the movie that it's ridiculous. And they come up with things like that, and it takes you right out of the movie because you're shocked at what they're saying. Who came up with that? You start thinking about who came up with that lousy line, who voiced it, the sound sucks, and you miss, part of the scene.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we're going to take another break. I got to take a leak, actually.
Dr. Leaky.
Hey, how much of this can we read, Jimmy? We haven't even promoted this yet.
What is what?
I haven't, I have to, I don't know.
Because it's fun. It's fun reading. It's a good bit for the show.
Okay.
What is it? Can we highlight some of the better lines from it or something?
Yeah,
what do you want us to do?
Whatever you
Well,
guys
basically, Jim Norton reviewed some XXX movies. Or
Ooh.
how many? 1, 2?
I did 2, but they were so long, they only put 1, and they edited it a little bit down.
Jim
Long-winded
Norton.
Dope.
It's Jim Norton's review of Anal Romance.
Oh, the Anal Romance?
Yeah.
In this month's Hustler magazine. So you got to pick up Hustler magazine to read Jim Norton's review on Anal Romance.
Let me see the cover there.
What do you mean?
Just tip it up. Yeah, Jimmy's got his sexy picture in that one.
It's my headshot.
Where he's looking, with his bedroom eyes.
Who is this mysterious fellow?
Yes.
It starts off
And
by...
for him, bedroom eyes are the ones with the jism in it.
It says...
His own.
Funny man Jim Norton, who will appear in an upcoming HBO special, can be heard daily on XM Satellite Radio's The Opie and Anthony Show. For more hilarity, take a trip to eatabullet.com. And then it's Norton's review on Anal Romance.
Is that your review, the visual review that they give?
Oh,
they
you know what I thought you were going to say before you answer? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, did you go to this?
No. Ooh, Jesus.
When you said, "Is that your?" I was thinking you were going there, going, "Is that?"
I think that's a black guy.
I know. That's what I was like. I thought you were going to say, "Is that your dick that girl has in her mouth?"
Why do they have to put a dot over her bunghole in this picture?
Oh, I don't know, actually.
But her pussy is just right there, and she's got this guy's dick in her mouth.
I'm wondering, wait, is that a dot, or is there like a silver dildo in it? There might be something in it.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
There could be. Silly me. I thought they were blocking it out for some reason.
If I remember correctly, in one of the scenes, there was a silver... Oh, wow, yeah, they did edit the review, definitely. Wow, they edited a lot of it, actually.
Well, it's funny you asked about the dots, because I was checking out the latest issue of Bigham's while I was in one of the magazine stores.
Bigham's? In a magazine store?
Well, yeah, sure. There's always the X-rated... I was actually picking up, like, newspapers, the Sunday newspapers, and...
Why were you looking at Bigham's?
It's all just there. There's a million magazines, and then you go to the right, and
you choose Bigham's?
No, I didn't actually buy that issue.
I mean, to even peruse?
Well, it's just funny. What I'm getting at is the dots.
Yeah.
There's this chick on the cover of Bigham's with enormous boobs, right? With huge areola eyes.
Yeah.
Areolas, whatever. And then a tiny little dot where the actual nip is.
Where the nip is?
It's like, why are you bothering at that point? The whole thing is pretty much exposed.
It's right there. What's the difference between that?
It was a tiny, tiny little dot for the actual nipple area, but the rest of the areola was exposed.
Skirting the law there.
What is the law is what
I don't know.
Getting at.
The children see a breast, they're going to freak out.
All right, we're going to peruse Jim Norton's review next from the latest issue of Hustler magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And we also got to talk about The Shuttle, Dennis the Menace, another air show crash. What else, Ant?
GTA.
Oh, GTA as well. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay. So we'll regroup and we'll continue in just a bit.
Coming up next on Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton sings
Forget Me Not, you sightless twat. Your dog just shit on my rug.
Thought that was pretty fucking funny, didn't you?
How's that for a sketch?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
We don't do sketches, stupid.
What a dumb show, man.
He's light on his feet.
Absolutely the stupidest show on TV, this dance show. It's getting huge ratings, though, right?
Yeah. They're actually, now a bunch of dance shows are going to pop up, and they're bringing back Dance Fever. Remember the show Dance Fever? Yeah,
Ontario.
Bringing it back.
I wouldn't mind watching a show of the ghetto kids doing their dancing. I think
Why?
there is a show coming out where they're going to try to find the best dancer in America. That would be pretty cool. 'Cause
Really?
They get some shit going on.
They're combing the jails.
But
as
this
we
is
speak.
like this ballroom dancing crap. That's what it is, right? With celebrities?
Yeah, but it's kind of updated ballroom dancing.
And it's the dude from Seinfeld that's like the bigwig on this show?
Yeah, he's really a standout.
What is it? They have one really good dancer, and then the celebrity is like the goof factor?
Yeah, they kind of teach him how to dance. I've never seen an episode of the show.
But then it's what? A competition?
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know who I want to see hosting this show? Charlie Sheen. And the only guy I want to see dancing is that Asian with the big teeth while he gets his feet shot at. It's called Dance Motherfucker Dance. Tuesdays on CBS.
All right, why don't we go through some of the top stories today,
Celebrity
Anthony?
judges Bunny.
Bunny and the old lady screaming.
And they got
It's the way the gook laughs. It's laughing at you.
They got Evander Holyfield in this dance show.
Yeah.
Jesus. Just retire, Evander. He made a ton of money. Just go away. All right, very good.
Holy shit, you ever see a routine
Right.
fall apart like that?
The celebrity judge is Bunny.
Fucking Bunny. Here, piggy. Fucking sadistic bastard.
I'm just glad you guys changed the movie today. Thank you. I greatly appreciate this today.
Great, he'll make an appearance somewhere. Sure.
Your son is attempting to bring an outside choreographer into this situation.
Why did I speak up? Why? All right, anyway, and a couple of top stories today.
Yes.
We'll get into the Dennis the Menace thing in a minute, but first, another air show disaster.
Yeah, these happen all the time. Oh, I saw it on the news. Pretty brutal. I guess they were having some reenactment of a dogfight. I think it were World War I planes. Not sure. Was it? Yes, I'm getting a thumbs up from Than. And World War I planes. It's really going back. And then a couple of them crashed. One of them landed.
But every year. Every summer.
I know.
Every summer this is going on. More
Yeah.
than once, too.
Yeah, you always see it pop up on the news. But people are fascinated by airplanes. They love going to the air shows.
Do we got the AP cuts? If we could... No, we don't.
Yeah, that one's kind of visual.
We,
Okay. That's what happened.
There's confusion in the studio.
You ever see the footage of the skydiver who hits the other skydiver and you can see the guy's legs get sawed off?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Brutal.
really unpleasant.
Yeah.
Then you got to land with no legs. The whole way down just looking like, oh, shit.
Oh, I'm going to have to take care of this.
I got no legs.
No legs. And I'm still way up here.
Yeah.
Do you got them, Art?
I'm going to have to run on my stumps as I hit the dirty ground. That'll be good for a
Oh,
second.
really? What do you do? Lift your stumps up and land on your ass? Try to keep the dirt out of your stumps?
I don't know. Hopefully you don't land on asphalt.
Oh, can you imagine?
Stumps just scraping on hot asphalt.
Jesus.
I think any situation besides landing on a gurney with a doctor there is bad. I don't think it matters what you hit with your stumps.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we got some AP audio. Let's listen to this first clip. Go ahead.
I guess I'm shocked. I'm saddened. But we had a wonderful afternoon here in Moose Jaw. We had a tremendous air show crowd out.
Hey, Oat.
I guess that was the
Tremendous
director.
air show crowd Oat.
That was the air show director speaking out on this latest crash, Anthony.
Tragedy hits Moose Jaw, huh?
Yeah.
Moose Jaw.
It was a civilian performance that has been practiced many, many times, done in a very safe manner many, many times.
Basically, he's covering his ass, so he doesn't understand why these planes collided.
Many, many times, eh?
By the way, we had two different ones. We
Yeah.
had the one in Canada and then
Moose
another
Jaw.
one in Delaware.
Delaware?
Yeah, there were two air show disasters.
What happened
over the
there?
weekend. Well, let's go to the clip here.
And thought, oh, wow, they've got some pretty dramatic pyrotechnics here, but no planes flew out of the fireball. It was just debris, and it was just, no way. I looked around at the crowd, and everyone's just totally quiet, and we were just awestruck. It was horrible.
Pyrotechnics.
And one guy starts to laugh, and we all just couldn't help ourselves. We laughed.
See, that would have been great. Oh. One lousy guy in the stands just stands up and gives that crazy... Oh. That's horrible. Just one guy. Why not? You just stand up when that happens and just horrify everybody.
Wow.
Of course they were shocked.
Yeah. What kind of planes?
They were shocked, but they were still rolling.
Yeah.
With their video cameras. What kind of planes in that one? I don't know.
What were they? I watched that goddamn air disaster show also on Discovery or whatever the hell channel it's on. Oh, they're frightening. This one was a one of those Airbus 300s, and the pilot and co-pilot noticed a drop-off in fuel in one of the tanks. And they noticed this because the sensor said that there was more fuel in one tank than the other, and it was imbalanced. So they're like, maybe there's a fuel leak. And the pilot keeps going, no, I think it's a computer error. I think it's a computer error. Turns out they put this pump. This is always how it happens. They took the engine off, replaced it with another engine that didn't have this pump device in it. They put this pump device in that was almost identical to the one that was supposed to be in there. The only difference was some of the hydraulic lines rubbed on the fuel line in the engine and wore a hole through it, and the fuel line just burst open, and now this thing is 35,000 feet up, leaking fuel out of the right engine. So they decide to go over their checklist, and if the fuel is imbalanced, they open up a switch that transfers fuel from the left tank now into the right tank, which is leaking right out of the engine. So instead of seeing if they had a leak, the pilot assumed it was computer error and just started pumping the rest of their fuel supply right out the engine.
Oh, my God.
All the way until the co-pilot realized through doing math on a pad that they were out of fuel. They're just out of fuel, declared a fuel emergency, and we're 35,000 feet up and about 90 miles away from an airport when they completely ran out of fuel. All of a sudden, lights go off in the aircraft. And this is, you're talking 300 people on this plane. It's a huge plane.
How long ago was this?
92, 93, around there somewhere. So lights go off because now there's no power to anything. And you all of a sudden, you get through a flight, you kind of become oblivious to the sounds of the engines. If they're off, you just hear, people say you just hear the wind howling over the outside of the fuselage in pitch blackness because it was nighttime also. So it's just pitch black, wind, you're out of gas, 35,000 feet, 100 miles away from any airport. They had to land at try to land at some airport in the Azores. So I didn't know this either. When that happens, a little windmill device, this is what happens, pops out from underneath the plane and powers a generator to give instruments and hydraulic power to the pilots. So all that technology, and it all amounts to a little pinwheel, what amounts to a kid's pinwheel, pops out the bottom of the plane to give them enough power just for instruments. This guy set a record for the longest glide in a passenger airplane. They actually landed on the runway at over 200 miles an hour, blowing 8 tires, but put the thing down and not an injury to be found.
Oh, wow.
100 miles out. Longest glide ever in a friggin' Airbus 300.
Why did you know why they probably couldn't go out and check? Maybe because it was night. They wouldn't have had that.
They had one of the. They had 2 of the flight assistants there look out the window with flashlights, but couldn't see. They said if it was daytime, you'd see a stream of fuel coming out of the plane.
I've seen that on a plane.
At night, you can't.
I was on a flight to Chicago one time. To Denver when I was doing a comedy festival in Vail. I was afraid to fly, terrified to fly. We were on United, and I guess I'm like 20 minutes into, an hour into the flight, and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a little problem with the fuel transfer. We're unable to get it from the wing tanks into the main engine. However that works. He's like, we're not going to make it to Colorado, but we do have enough to make it to Chicago. But in order to get down the landing weight, we're going to have to dump the fuel in the wings that we can't get to the other tank, or vice versa. All I know is, he said, if you look out the window, you will see fuel leaving the wings.
Oh, wow.
And I did, and you see fuel from the far wingtips firing out like a water gun.
Yeah.
And I can't tell. It was white terror. There's no description when you're afraid to fly and you're in the air and you see fuel coming out of the wings.
And anything happens that's out of the ordinary. On a flight, I want to take off. I want my meal. I want my drinks. I want a landing. That's it. I want the most boring, uneventful flight. That's what I yearn for.
I heard in now I don't know if this is true. Somebody else might know the Air Egypt flight, which everybody says was a suicide, and of course Muslims say no, it wasn't, because Muslims don't kill themselves. I heard that the guy in the Air Egypt flight, they're going along and he starts to slam the plane down towards the ground at 30,000 feet. The other pilot gets into the cockpit. They struggle, and because the plane is going so fast, the pilot trying to save the plane cuts the engines because they're going to be ripped off because of the the G-force of going down. And I heard that the plane wound up going all the way down, and as the air got thicker, the wind took the plane back up with no engines.
Yeah.
And then it just went as far as it could and fell backwards. Plummeted backwards. Backwards. Until everybody died from like 10,000 or 12,000 feet. Just fell backwards. Yeah, that's got to be hard to convince yourself you're...
I don't know why I watch these things either. You ever hear about something that happened on a UPS or FedEx flight where one of the guys, you're allowed to fly...
FedEx, it was FedEx.
It was FedEx?
And the guy got stranded on the island and had a ball.
He had a ball. A guy wanted to kill himself, got on board, had a ball-peen hammer with him, was flying in the jump seat in the cockpit. He was an employee. Stands up when they're reached the altitude and just pounds these guys over the head with a ball-peen hammer. And they were able to get out of their seats and wrestle this guy down, but then had to land the plane so fucked up with, skull fractures that were going into the guy's brain where he was seeing 4 times what he was supposed to see. It's all dizzy, sick, throwing up, and he landed the goddamn plane.
He had a concussion, right?
Yeah, worse, yeah. Just bleeding on the brain. What a maniac.
They docked the other guy's pay?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'll be getting any more free flight stuff.
Why are you watching this stuff?
I hate watching it, but I can't. As I'm switching by, you see the cockpit. The guys are in there, and it's like, it's a little time code on the bottom, 9:15 p.m. I'm like, what's going to happen? I got to watch. This last one, though, surprised me because everyone lived. Usually those things are horrific, and everyone winds up dying, and it's over. But this one, kind of a surprise ending. Everyone made it.
Well, we got some action on the phones because of this. Let's say hi to Dave. Dave.
Hey, guys.
Hey, where are you calling from, Dave?
Charlotte.
Oh, right on, man.
A cockpit of a...
Yeah, really. Let's go, Dave.
Yeah.
What's up?
Go ahead, Dave.
One for you. I'm in San Francisco, and I'm supposed to be flying out to Hawaii. We take off. Everything's fine. We're about an hour into the flight over the Pacific Ocean. And all of a sudden, the plane just decides to dip for about 10 seconds, kind of like it's going down, levels off. Pilot comes on and says, oh, sorry, folks, we got to turn around and head back to San Francisco. Meanwhile, we're about, 500-600 miles out over the Pacific Ocean. They turn the plane around, pilot gets back on again. Oh, look out the window.
Jesus.
I hate when they get halfway through a story.
I hate when we get, hooked into a story and then something happens with the cell phone.
We invested time, Opie. We invested time in that story, and now we had to sell off at a loss.
Maybe he can call back.
My interest level slowly goes up and up and up. I'm like, all right, you got me. I'm in.
Okay, you got me. I want to know what's going to happen. They turn the plane around.
And then, Gary in Houston, what's up?
Yeah, that's Gary. Hey, I was...
Hi, Gary.
Taipei. Hi, good morning, everybody.
Yeah, what's up?
I was on a Japanese airline flight leaving Taipei going back to Los Angeles, and coming on the loudspeaker was, in a foreign language. They were talking for 30 minutes about something that was going on. I look out the window, and at the end of the wing, the gas was just gushing out. They were just dumping the fuel. And then in, one small sentence, they said, oh, we got to make an emergency landing. And they flew to Tokyo and landed. But that was freaking me out because I knew something was wrong, but they were talking in a foreign language for, it must have been 20 minutes explaining what was going on.
And you could, I was going to do Jimmy's joke, and you couldn't figure out what was wrong with the expressions on the people around you.
No,
it was either sheer terror or sleep.
Yeah, because at least if they're given the instructions, in another language, you could look around the plane and see people's reaction.
Yeah. At least. Yeah, everybody was definitely concerned. They could understand it.
I had a weird flight one time.
Come to find out, after we landed, there was a fire up at the front of the plane.
You never want that.
So it was hairy.
I had a brutal flight.
It.
All right, thanks.
One time this July 23rd, I'm on my way to Cleveland to do the Odeon. Because the second show had tickets available at Ticketmaster, and I'm like in the plane, I'm like, what's going to happen?
Right.
So the pilot got concerned. It just got bumpy.
Yeah.
All right, do we want to do 20 minutes of...
people scared?
I want that guy to call back. Did you ever see the special on the flight that crash landed in I think it was Iowa? The United flight was at DC-10 because they had the design flaw. And they actually have the cockpit audio of the three pilots, and then there was a pilot in first class.
A guy that was very familiar with the plane.
Denny Fitch, his name was. I still remember his name. Yeah. Very.
He lived, right?
Yeah.
They all half the flight lived. They all should have died. They had no.
My God, it was just cartwheel. They had no hydraulics.
No elevator control, as they call it. All three blew.
All they used was engine control on the wings, because the rear engine blew all their hydraulics out. They had two engines on the wings left, and they could just power up one or the other to kind of turn the plane a little bit, and actually got pretty close to landing the thing.
Dude, he said they were coming in, and they were just about to land, and they had to cut power because they were coming in too fast. There's no way to land at that speed. And when they cut power, the plane drifted like to the left or the right a little bit, and then they hit the runway and flipped.
That's what happened with this thing I was watching last night. They're coming in, but they couldn't put the flaps down, so you can't slow the plane down. And they were coming in at over 200 miles an hour, and there was no way to slow it down. The guy was doing these zigzag S-turns, trying to just slow the plane down a little bit. You wouldn't think you have no gas, no engines, that speed is going to be a problem for you, but they had that problem.
All right, this guy, he's got our interest. Chris in Tennessee, go ahead.
Hey, flight from Chicago into Cleveland, Chattanooga, Tennessee, and they put me on seat 1A just beside the door, and it's one of these little passenger jets where it's two on one side, one on the other, so I can almost stick my feet out the door. And they close the door, and we get up to about 25,000 feet, and the little buzzer goes off where the stewardess picks up, and she's talking to the pilot, and she's standing. I can almost reach her, and she sits down immediately with this really terrified look in her face and buckles herself in and looks at me and immediately gets on the PA and says, we're going to ask if everybody can move to the back of the plane. There's a chance that the door could open during flight. And, of course, everybody jumps up, runs to the rear of the plane, and buckles in, and there's this loud rushing of the wind and all this, and they end up dropping down to like 6,000 feet and landing the plane. But it was months before I could get back on a plane without thinking about that.
Did the door come off?
No, but it sounded like you had your window cracked, only you were going, 600-700 miles an hour on the interstate. So it was pretty intense while it happened. But that look on her face when he's telling her, what's going on, it was insane.
That happens once in a while. I think it was an Aloha Air flight because the air.
Yeah.
The sea salt had over the ocean, a Hawaiian airline had kind of fucked up the fuselage a little bit, and the roof ripped off.
The roof ripped off, like the first 10 rows just came right off, and people now are sitting there, strapped in their seat, looking, just flying on a piece of plywood. You might as well just be there with no roof, no walls, nothing. You're just sitting there.
I think only the stewardess got ripped out, though. If I remember correctly, only the flight attendant, who was probably standing, got actually ripped out of the plane at 30,000 feet.
Someone took a dive.
And I'd love to know what you think. Hopefully you smash your head on the way out. But if you don't, is there a moment where you're floating and you go, I was just on that plane and it's going away?
And there it is, and I doubt there's any real chance of getting back on it.
And then just fall.
Well, at that altitude, you're pretty much just going to have the air ripped right out of you. I don't think you can't breathe up there. If it's 35,000 feet, I doubt you're going to be conscious.
But there has to be a moment where you're
probably
away.
A quick woof, bam! But, what are you going to do? Then you're just out of it.
Well, we have some audio of the famous plane crash that happened in D.C. there, Anthony.
Yeah, we do.
The one that hit the bridge that you got in front of you?
Oh, that's horrible.
This was the whole, de-icing thing that happened?
Yeah.
They didn't de-ice the plane, and they couldn't get the plane up in the air, and it ended up hitting, the 14th Street Bridge in D.C.?
It happened with Ebersol's plane, too. I think that's what it was. It was a de-icing issue.
Yeah. People don't know that. It doesn't have to be like, in the movies where they show those big chunks of ice. You get a quarter inch of ice, even an eighth of an inch of ice on the leading edge of your wing. It's going to cut down on your lift.
Well, I don't know.
What, we got audio? We got the real audio?
Yeah, I think so. Usually this audio is really hard to understand, though. Let's take a listen. Oh, you can hear the end of that.
We're going down.
Because we're going down. I know it. Boom. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
I saw a great special on the Concorde, the one that crashed. And they knew there was a problem, but there was not enough runway space to stop. Like, as they're taking off, they know something is very wrong, but they had, they would have just crashed if they would have tried to stop, so they had to take off.
Yeah, there's that point you reach, the point of no return, where you have to take off.
You ever see the footage? There's footage of that last Concorde. It's like a few seconds of footage. It's 100 feet off the air, and it's on fucking fire.
Oh, right, yeah.
Over the French countryside. It's really unpleasant.
Yeah, it's like the only Concorde that went down.
Yeah.
And that was caused by a Continental plane that took off before it, my friend.
Allegedly.
Piece of the engine falls off, gets kicked up by the tire of the Concorde, and right into the fuel tank.
Yeah, it was a bogus part, I think, or a part that wasn't installed properly, or whatever. But, at least Continental's safe airlines.
Hey,
Fuck
that
the people
plane
behind
landed.
us.
Continental's motto, fuck the people behind us. It's horrible. And the story about the FedEx guy, apparently he wanted to single-handedly ruin FedEx by crashing the plane into their Memphis headquarters. That was his plan, was to take over the cockpit with his ball-peen hammer.
That's wonderful.
Get behind the controls and crash into the hub.
We got more audio of plane crashings. Plane crashing.
Plane crashings.
Jesus.
Plane crashings.
Planes crashing.
Yeah.
An accident southbound on the Major Deegan at the Moshulu Parkway. An accident, a serious accident involving a tractor trailer and a car. It has been pushed off to the shoulder, but now watch out there now because another flatbed truck is going to have to come to clear it, so yield right of way. Northbound on the BQE, we spotted that disabled vehicle in the right-hand lane before the Kiosko, not causing much of a backup, but further northbound there in the BQE traffic.
Oh, is this the helicopter crash?
I would assume.
There was no explanation. This is back in 1986.
It would be very exciting if she was just given a traffic
I
report.
swear to God, I'm like, why is Eric so
I thought
calm?
this was audio from a plane crash, but it's actually the helicopter news lady going down.
Oh.
There was no description of this clip, so I didn't know where we were going.
Next time, write that down, Hawk.
All right, so she's doing a traffic report, and unfortunately, she bites it here.
It's very heavy past the Kiosko all the way over to the LIE. The outbound Holland Tunnel extra heavy for you right now. Earlier there was a car fire at Hudson and Canal Street. It has been cleared about heading to New Jersey. The outbound Lincoln Tunnel looks a lot better for you in New Jersey. Hit the water! Hit the water! Hit the water!
Eek!
Okay, we're going to play some music here, I think. Find out what's going on with the helicopter. There's something happened there. It's 4:45.
We're going to play some music.
We're going to play some music.
Play some music.
What, a little John Denver shithead?
I think that was WAMBC. Wasn't it? The NBC little helicopter.
Did she die or?
Yes, she did.
Wow.
That's a DJ that knows how to improvise.
Yeah.
Let's play some music.
Hey, let's get back into the tunes now.
Why don't we play Stairway to Heaven?
And the worst part of that whole thing is she didn't get to the Lincoln Tunnel, so a lot of those drivers probably didn't know which way to go.
All upset.
Yeah,
where do I go? Do I take an alternate route?
That's right. This was live on
NBC.
20 years ago?
About 1986, I think.
Yeah.
Tunnel looks a lot better for you in New Jersey. Hit the water! Hit the water! Hit the water!
Hit the water.
Okay, we're going to play some music here, I think. Find out what's going on with the helicopter.
Find out what's going on with the helicopter. I think you can find out. If she's saying hit the water after that spooling of an engine, after something like a clutch going or your tail rotor going.
She's either having a baby immediately or the fucking helicopter's going down.
You think the DJ, try to hit the post?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Freaking loser DJs.
Oh, what a douchebag.
Probably still wanting to do his job right, so he's trying to hit the post.
Instead of talking through that and going, we obviously have a major problem here.
Yeah.
Now traffic's really going to be snarled as everybody slows down to watch this bitch.
Okay, we're going to play some music here, I think. Find out what's going on with the helicopter. There's something happened there. It's 4:45, 16 till 5 on WNBC on the Joey Reynolds Show. We're taking an helicopter report from Jane Dornacker. Let's check in, see how they're doing there. And we'll come right back at you.
That's all he had?
God, Huey Lewis.
Hit to be square? Is that what he's playing?
Oh.
Nothing happened with Jane. We had a helicopter report from the N-copter. Of course, once before we had this happen. A few months ago, she went down in the drink. Yeah. Not she. I mean, she has a pilot. Jane is... well, until we find out what's going on, we'll just... Jane was up there just now giving us a report. And sometimes it gets cut off, too. It's just an electronic thing.
Yeah.
But this time she said, hit the water, something like that. So we're going to find out what's going on there, so stay tuned. We hope nothing say a little prayer. Hope nothing's wrong. That's really that's a hard job.
That's a stupid job. Helicopter news traffic, but do you really need a helicopter doing traffic anymore? Do you really need that? I submit to you, no.
So what was there any more on? Like, what did he say when they finally came back?
Oh, that was it?
I think that was it for that, right?
Was that Joey Reynolds on NBC?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
86.
Oh, okay.
WNBC.
Just about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Great improv skills, though.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the music.
The B square. Down, down, da 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 da. That awful song.
That's all you hear as she's going down is "Shall We Dance?" Bum ba ba ba. Crunk. Stink, bitch.
It's horrible.
All right, we got one more clip of plane crash audio.
We can't get the stuff from that was in the United flight because for some reason it's illegal to release cockpit audio. That's why you never hear, or you very rarely hear it. And that's that one where that guy is describing the one we were talking about, the way they we lost all elevator control. They're the fucking calmest people on earth.
It's ridiculous, these guys.
It actually
Huh?
I was say it actually instilled confidence in me, even though the plane crashed. But it made me more confident flying because the pilots are that fucking amazing under pressure. When everyone should be dead, and they still manage to get it close.
Yeah,
to
close.
Well, I mean, to where they should have plummeted. My fear isn't crashing on a land. I'll take that.
Yeah?
Yeah, whatever.
What is it?
Fucking plummeting.
Yeah, plummeting.
It's falling.
Yeah, the plummeting part really does stink.
If someone said you're going to fly, and eventually, I mean, if I knew that, I probably would never fly again. So let me shut up before I give a bad example.
You know what? Let's not even talk about it. The plane crash audio, we got a third track here. From all I know, it's August 31st, 1988. That's all I know.
That might be it.
Yeah?
That might be it from the 80s.
Let's hear.
Let's take a listen to this.
Power set. Engine estimates look good. Airspeed coming up both sides. 89. Just saying. You got engine brake. Make it. That's what you want. Full throttle.
Yee.
All right.
Yee.
I don't want
creepy ass stuff.
I don't
want this more.
I don't want to play anymore.
That's horrid.
I don't want to play that anymore. Ugh.
And I got an Eastern Airlines flight coming up. I'm a little nervous.
Eastern, the wings of man. Yes.
All right. Ugh.
Creepy.
Moving on, Anthony.
How about the Japanese 500 people on this plane? I think it was a 747, and 2 survived because it was doing what they call porpoising, I believe, which is porpoise up down down, and it finally just hit a mountain. It was completely out of control.
2 people actually lived?
2 kids or whatever. Yeah, weird. 2 really young people lived.
Wow.
Did you see this?
Yes.
Someone photoshopped Imus's head on Buffalo Paul's body. The clip of Buffalo Paul doing an assault on the media. He's in the lead. We're doing this assault on the media contest. For the month of July, the winner will win a MiFi and a chance to sit in on an Opie and Anthony show. Other prizes to be announced, I guess. But basically, Buffalo Paul did a great one up there in Buffalo, and Imus is now wearing an Opie and Anthony XM Satellite Radio T-shirt today. So someone photoshopped Imus's head on Buffalo Paul's body on his assault on the media. It's very, very funny. You can check that out after the show on whackbag.com. All right, Ant. Moving on to other things. Speaking of crashes, the space shuttle is about to relaunch.
Well, let's not have any of that.
But you made a good point in the office.
I was looking at the crew biographies, and it seems that they're picking people. The youngest guy on this crew is 40. Most of them are in their mid 40s, early 50s. The crew, and I was kind of wondering why they would choose an older crew like that instead of guys, some of their young hotshots. Maybe they don't want. Maybe they don't want to use up some of their hot shots if things go wrong.
Maybe they're not that sure about this shuttle mission.
They also got a woman at the helm of this one. A woman commander is taking the ship up. So
And she was in one of the, not shuttle disasters, but they had a mishap when she was on one of them.
Yeah, she's had quite a few hours in space, this one.
But
She's really
the
pro.
one in particular, they lost engines or something.
Mhm.
But had
Another
enough
problem.
But had enough speed to get into orbit or something like that. They were
Yeah.
saying on the news.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the first clip. Space shuttle about to relaunch.
Right now, we have a 30% chance of weather-prohibiting launch on Wednesday. So we have a pretty good chance to make our launch window on Wednesday at 3:51 p.m.
A 30% chance of making it. I thought you was going to say.
Yeah, 30% chance. Wow, good odds.
Yeah, well, we just thought it was about time to give it a shot, and we have a 30% chance that it will be successful.
They're going up there to fix some stuff on the space station up there, and also to test out some of this emergency procedures on the tiles. If there's some tile problems like there was in the last one, that's why they crashed. They're going to be able to repair it with pretty much spare tiles and glue. Pretty much it, like you would repair in your bathroom.
I
if you
thought
crack
after
a
the last space shuttle explosion that they would just come up with a whole new
thing.
spacecraft.
They need these stupid tiles. They cannot figure out how to bring something through the atmosphere without it frying, and the only way they could keep these things from burning up is with these stupid tiles, with some kind of heat shield. They can't. There's no force field. There's no way to bring it in slowly. There's no way. It's one of these things that are just. They can't figure out how else to do it.
They'll eventually get a material that works. Like some sort of an alloy or something.
A single skin that can go over the thing. Because now they got to put all these tiles, because of the irregular shape of the shuttle, all these tiles have to be put on. Each one's numbered. Each one is very individual. That's why it's such a hard thing. You'd have to bring up replacement tiles for every tile on the shuttle, which you obviously can't do, because every one is individually cut and fitted onto the shuttle. So I guess what they're going to have to do, if there is a problem, is have some material and make a tile that fits and pop that in if they do have a problem. But, hopefully it'll go smoothly. Another few years before the next disaster, but it's just one of those businesses, man. If you're taking what amounts to, those fuel tanks you see on the Jersey Turnpike? You're taking one of those and strapping rockets to it and launching it up with you sitting on top of it. When you're in that business, there's probably going to be a few mishaps. I'm surprised with all the people we have sent into space that we've only had a comparatively small number of fatalities.
You think their life insurance is very expensive?
I would say probably maybe $30, $40 a month.
You think most companies wouldn't even insure them?
I wouldn't even touch them. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next clip here.
We are going to test new repair techniques on orbit for repair of the reinforced carbon-carbon panels and tiles, and also we are replacing a control moment gyro, which are the gyros that keep the station at the correct altitude.
Things been running without those? Oops.
Yeah, really. So, good luck to you, NASA.
Godspeed, you say. Godspeed.
Godspeed. And then finally, as far as our AP clips go today, the Slurpee is celebrating an anniversary.
Huh?
We should have sent our stunt boy to 7-Eleven to do something wacky with the Slurpees.
Oh, this is the wacky story.
The wacky story of the day.
Hey, everybody.
Let's listen to this clip.
Slurpee's really become an iconic brand and really a key reason of why.
Again?
Yeah.
Did anyone else hear herpes?
Herpes. I heard Slurpee, but let me try to think of it as herpy, and I'll probably hear herpes.
All right, listen for herpes.
Slurpee's really become an iconic brand and really a key reason of why people come to 7-Eleven. Customers really seem to identify Slurpees with making you feel young at heart, and there's nothing better on a hot summer day.
Ugh, you're giving Slurpees too much credit.
That typical spokesperson.
I like getting blown. That's better on a summer day.
I can think of a million
that type
things
of
that
Slurpee.
Right.
And you blast her in the throat, and she's like, I got that head freeze.
Yeah.
Head freeze.
Hate the brain freeze.
All right, let's go to the second Slurpees clip. But they're actually.
For example, if you look at the 40th anniversary on the bottom.
Jesus.
Eric, what are you doing?
Can I get someone in here that just knows how to listen? That's all I want.
You're not listening, Hawk. I don't like it.
Just play the clip now.
Hey, do you guys know that Imus is wearing an Opie and Anthony shirt today?
Whoa!
By the way?
How about that?
Play the clip, Hawk.
For example, if you look at the 40th anniversary on the bottom of every cup, there's an iTunes download, very, very relevant to today's teenagers, with some of the same great flavors from years past. Slurpee has evolved, and the cups have continually gotten better as well as technology has improved.
Who cares? Oh, my God.
That's just a drink.
What a big day for this guy. How often does he get to just address the media about the Slurpee?
How many years has it been around?
Did you even notice?
No.
Like, they're not listening at all. Who cares?
I'm going to guess 20 years.
20? I kind of remember Slurpees being around.
Before that?
Gotta be.
Shit, yeah.
I will say it is the
22nd anniversary?
Yes. I will say we've enjoyed Slurpees for
23 and a half years.
40 years of Slurpees.
Get the fuck out of here.
Could it be 40 years?
Well, would they be talking about it if it was like a weird anniversary?
Did they have 7-Elevens 40 years ago?
I will say 40 years of Slurpeeness.
Does anyone
Slurpee
know?
Goodness.
Anyone know the answer?
I was paying attention. I thought he said 48.
Did he?
Why would it be 48 years?
Now we got to listen to the fucking clip
I'm
again?
guessing 200.
Which
That's my
clip?
guess.
200 years of Slurpee.
Which clip
I think
says
it was
the
this
anniversary?
this last one.
All right.
We've had hundreds and hundreds of flavors, and in fact, for the 40th anniversary, we brought back
40th.
a couple
40th?
of
Wait, we brought back. For the 40th anniversary, we brought back.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like 48, but it's
But
40th.
it's 40th.
They wouldn't make a big to-do about the
48th
48th
That's
anniversary.
not an anniversary, Keith.
I also said that the Mounties were in.
Yeah, Smokey and the
did.
Bandit 3.
Drinking Slurpee.
I suck.
Probably has the date of the bike run wrong. Everybody will show up except him.
Wow, bike run this Wednesday with Keith the Cop. Show up at the station at before 7:30 if you want to join us from New York to Philly, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, why don't we take a break, Anthony? We'll continue with the fine program.
Right.
That is the Opie and Anthony Show. We have news teasers on the way. We have some new songs by the Kaplan Brothers that we want to debut for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know what? We should, as we go to break, do the Bruce Kelly thing one more time. From Harry, our intern.
Oh.
I hear
Bruce
there's more
crying.
remixes coming in. The Kelly brothers.
How come we haven't
Or the
gotten
Kelly
Bruce?
sisters, they call it, right?
Yeah.
Bob Kelly and Bruce Kelly both crying.
Crying.
People are trying to put together a couple things.
Hold my hand, man.
How did
As
none
far
of
as
us,
that go.
by the way, figure out that they both had the same last name, Kelly, until a listener pointed it out?
I know.
How dumb are we?
Both have the same name and they're both crying.
B. Kelly. I mean, Bruce and Bob Kelly.
Yes.
It's that close. They both weep like fucking washwomen, like some grandmother.
But basically,
Who?
XM's own Bruce Kelly.
I'm crying here.
I guess they showed a video at Live 8 where kids were hungry.
I don't even think that was it. I think it was just the black and white view
I'm
of
trying
the
to give
Who.
the guy the benefit of the
I'm
doubt.
not giving him the benefit of the doubt. He was crying because of the Who.
Well, he mentioned
was
the
playing
video.
on stage, and he saw the video of them. I guess maybe were they playing earlier Who footage for maybe the Kids Are All Right or something, the movie?
I think
or were they playing what was on stage but in black and white on the screen?
I think they showed a video of some kids with those big stomachs, a couple flies around their
Bruce?
head.
And their pants still fit better than his, and he couldn't take it, so he wept.
And Bruce should not be crying over a video of starving children. You're right.
Well, not. He should send some of that fucking shit he shovels in his face every day. God damn you, Bruce. Damn you.
Jesus. Skip lunch one day and you could feed about 100. So then I guess after the Who's performance, he was supposed to be a professional broadcaster. Instead, he just lost it. So Harry T., one of our fine interns, put together this little ditty.
Is this live?
Yes, we're live. Bruce, where were you, buddy?
I was right up under the Botox.
Bruce Kelly is a complete tool.
I'm sorry. I'm absolutely crying. I can't help it. I really can't. This is no fake. The whole moment just kind of got to me.
Fucking crybaby.
It was just very, it's just the Who. I can't help but be a 14-year-old kid out there with the Who. And that's it.
You can't cry. There's no crying in satellite radio.
Sorry.
Oh.
This is very awkward. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry.
As a man, that is so tough to listen to.
I can't help but be a 14-year-old kid out there with the Who. That's it. I'm sorry.
Fucking crybaby.
I'd be crying if I had to watch the Who too, but for different reasons.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Because you're a faggot, all right?
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the Owen virus.
Some of our fans in Boston have to send in the audio of the Bernie and Phil commercial.
Hey,
we
Phil.
We used to love those.
Oh, they dress up. It's like a couple of local people. You have them in your city. A couple of goofballs that own a furniture store that do their own commercials.
Yeah, Jordans.
They're always wacky.
They're always wacky. Yeah, why do furniture store people have to be zany?
Hey, we're just like Disneyland. Jordans has a ride.
Yeah, I've been
You're
there.
supposed to go there on a Saturday night. Instead of going out on the town to dinner, you go to a fucking furniture
store. And they have like
family.
a main street built in their store that
Boston
with
is
like
the
buildings
worst.
where it's like Disney. If you go into like a
without all the
Pirates
fun.
of the Caribbean, without any of the fun, it's a fucking furniture store. You're still in a furniture store. Look how many rides and attractions they put in.
Remember that guy, Light and Leisure, the purple building?
Oh no.
Oh, it's going too far back?
Yeah, probably.
He's one of those dudes. You know what? I'm going to still plow through with this. He's one of these guys, like, he always fucks up his inventory. And he's always coming with a zany wig. I don't believe what I did this time. I got 58 end tables, and I only got room for 2. I'm selling them for $8 each. I don't know what I'm doing. Every fucking 2 weeks. It's like, why don't
practically giving them away.
Yeah, why don't you fire yourself?
Maybe hire somebody else to do your inventory.
Even the building, it's purple. It's crazy. They're sticking out against the fucking background.
Bernie and Phil would always do sketches. They would do like
pulled
sketches.
that out.
That was very good.
Oh, yeah, we used to love Bernie and Phil.
Actually pulled it out.
The cowboy sketch.
Yeah, they would dress like cowboys.
Or the western sketch.
And the other one was where Bernie was on a shrink couch, and Phil, it's a guy and a girl, husband-wife team. Phil is Phyllis, it's a woman. So he was laying there, and he's a shrink, and he goes, I had a nightmare, Dr. Phil.
What was it, Bernie?
I dreamt our furniture wasn't the lowest price furniture you could get in Boston. Oh, shut up. Oh,
we used to do so many parodies of that commercial.
They were a cartoon, too, right? Did they have a cartoon? They did some cartoon.
I never saw that
Building 19.
Oh, that was Building 19.
We just have the worst stories.
Bernie and Phil. Oh, we used to goof on him. Hey, Phil. You know, hey, Phil, your tits look like this beanbag chair. That is also on sale. On sale here.
1995.
Hey, I just fucked Bernie on your new recliner sofa.
My sack hangs so low, I use it as an ornament for this couch.
My cock looks like an L-shaped sofa.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Hey, Pete, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, guys. Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good, bro.
That's good. Last night I went to the Dice show, and he didn't mention you guys by name or anything.
Yeah.
But he was wearing a wristband that had the doggy on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot Dice was in town this weekend.
Yeah.
He decided that he doesn't need us to sell tickets anymore.
There you go.
That's wonderful, but stupid me. I thought there was also a friendship there, but I'm just a dummy to think that.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to say something, but he never piped up about it. But he did have the wristband on.
Oh, good luck to you, Dice.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now they'll probably give him $7-8 million to do a show over there. That's how they do it. That's how they do it over there.
But how much comedy could he possibly put out, though, you know? I mean, how long has he been out there? And he disappeared for a while. He was talking about his divorce and everything.
Wouldn't you tune in just to hear those rhymes?
Yeah, at the end he did, yeah.
Hey, stick around. I'm going to do Hickory Dickory Dock after these words. Oh!
Yeah. But, he had three guys on before him. Yeah, I guess they had to fill a spot because Patrice was supposed to go on at 10, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what happened there, but they had 2 or 3 guys on before Dice, and then Dice came out and everything. He did his thing. And actually, my wife noticed the wristband. She goes, "Wait, look, he's got a wristband on it. It's serious on it." I was like, "No." So I looked, and I'm like, "Holy shit, you're right. It's a little doggy." I was like, "I gotta call in and tell the boys."
Whatever. Good luck to Dice.
Good luck to
Have
you,
fun.
Dice. Something's up with him.
Yeah.
Another person that thinks he knows what he's doing as far as radio goes.
Yeah, that's what you call a true friend, you know.
And I know exactly what they're trying to do over there, and it's not going to work. They couldn't get us, so they're going to get elements of our old show that worked. It ain't working. Way to go, Jeremy. You're a real smart programmer. Couldn't get us, so you get
Dice over there.
So you get elements from our old show.
You know how awful a Dice show would be? Like, Dice was fun when he came on our show, and you could kind of control him a bit, and
we did great radio with him.
But,
I mean, let's be honest. But it was also because we were leading him along and helping, and kind of holding him, kind of
hanging up on him.
And there were a lot of times, he wanted to do the show, and we're like, no, dude, rest a little while. Trust me.
It ain't working this time.
Let's say hi to a lot of people calling in with this one. Mike in Pennsylvania, what's up?
Hey, I'm just curious. What the hell is XM trying to do here? They're friggin' trying to convert your audience or something there with advertising the gospel channel?
Oh, yeah?
That's just...
Yeah, what the hell is that all about?
That's just laziness. I've talked about it in the past. No, it really is. It's just laziness. They have somebody that they probably pay not much money that schedules, promos for other channels, and they don't know what this channel's about. That's just a waste of airspace to promote a gospel channel
on this channel,
on the Opie and Anthony channel. It's dumb. It's laziness.
It's crazy, guys. I'm punching out.
Can we find out who did that? Let's find out who did that. I'd love to ask them what they're doing.
It's just laziness. Chad, what's up?
Same thing, praise the Lord, I've been converted. Praise the Lord.
All right. I've in the past have heard promos, I'm like, whatever. I've given up on that part of this whole thing. It's laziness. There's a bunch of channels that our audience would be into. The gospel channel is not one of them.
O&A friendly.
And when there's 150 music channels, why would you promote the gospel when there's so many others that would make more sense?
You never know.
It's just laziness.
Maybe some of our listeners need some converting.
There's a lot of laziness in the business in general.
Is it done to be funny, you think, or no?
No, it's just laziness. I guarantee it. It'll be taken care of, though. You watch.
Uh-oh.
You watch. It'll be taken care of. All right, and we should move on to other things here. Listeners are starting to get into the news tease bit. Starting.
Yep.
We're getting news teases from all over the country. This is where you can participate in the show.
Do they get it now, what we're looking for?
Pretty much, yeah.
They kind of weren't getting it.
They're getting there. Well, the big story was Dennis the Menace.
Dennis hitting the panhandle.
Dennis the Menace. So, yeah, they're starting to get it. We're looking for you to, send in your news teases from your local news in your fine town, where they're trying to scare the shit out of you.
Right.
Because when you play them one after another, it gets really, really funny.
Yeah.
Because you realize how ridiculous it is.
They try to frighten you with the simplest things that you do every day.
The first couple are whatever. I got one in here that's going to make just everyone laugh really hard.
Ooh.
Guaranteed. I want to thank Michael Bolton from whackbag.com for sending it in. It was the one I actually saw myself and said I was praying someone recorded it.
Michael Bolton.
So we'll end with Michael Bolton's, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But first, here's Kevin P's submissions.
Protecting the tri-state after the London explosions. Tonight, the largest mobilization of police since 9/11. From the rails and roads to the bridges and tunnels, we'll show you the heightened security and what it means for your morning commute. CBS 2 News at 11.
All right, well, I guess that one made us feel kind of safe.
What did it?
I don't know.
Mention 9/11, tying it with the bombings, mention the commute, so it has the personal interest. It's just fucking awful.
Scary.
Yeah, to use 9/11 ever.
Yeah.
Just awful.
They love it. They love scaring us.
Hurricane Dennis turns deadly. More on when the storm will hit the U.S.
And see where Shame on You found low-carb bagels that are anything but.
Oh. Shame.
Shame on you.
Are they getting in the poor guy's face like they usually do about stupid bagels? Can you imagine the damn guy's just trying to make a living?
Aren't there some unregistered sex offenders they could go after?
All right, low-carb bagels that aren't low-carb?
Oh, we'll get you. Shame.
Right after the hurricane thing, too. The hurricane's coming, and there's low-carb bagels that aren't low-carb.
Oh, boy.
So all you fat pigs that think you're doing something good, think twice.
Remember with the subway bombings, we said every city's going to try to tie it in?
Of course.
Connecticut tied it in, and we were joking about
the
this.
city of Connecticut, Opie.
Yeah, and we said no offense to the city of Connecticut, yes, Anthony, and to Philly.
Yeah.
But those are two cities, well, two areas. That joke's over now.
A state and a city.
Yeah, I know. Those are two areas that are close enough to New York where you guys are very, very safe.
Yeah,
because
don't
if
worry.
you're going to go the distance, you might as well hit New York again
Yeah,
instead of
New York.
instead of downtown Connecticut.
I wouldn't worry about Greenwich.
Right. But the local news had to have their little spin on the subway bombings in London.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Keith Kuntz. In the wake of the London attacks, security remains a top priority here in Connecticut. See what officials are doing to make your transit system as safe as possible. The Gulf Coast preparing for the wrath of Hurricane Dennis. We'll have the latest on that. And we have our own weather issues to worry about. Jeff has the details there.
The surprise to me is that Connecticut has a transit system.
Well, they have a bus?
Do they?
I think they have a bus.
Just buses?
And I think they have a trolley.
Ding, ding.
That goes through Old City. Every city has to have a Old City part.
A trolley. That's quaint.
And every city has to have one road that still has cobblestones.
Cobblestones. Oh, I hate that in Manhattan. You drive and you turn down a street and you're on cobblestones.
It's all cute, but let's get rid of the cobblestones.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Do we need cobblestones?
Especially when you're holding a cup of coffee in one hand and getting blown.
Hey, you know how difficult that is?
You don't need a bumpy road.
Scalding hot coffee on his head.
And who was the idiot that came up with cobblestones as a...
That was a boon to mankind when they started using them. It was either that or mud.
Well...
Then they put the stones in the mud and realized you could ride your horse and buggy on it.
But who was doing the horse and buggy thing going, this is much better than riding through mud?
I think cobblestones
What's up with
probably,
the cobblestones?
probably went, the cobblestones! Do we need these people?
They're awful.
Do they taste like apple cobbler?
I understand going from mud to cobblestone was probably like a good idea.
That was huge.
But then cobblestone, that should have lasted a year. Where they're
Right.
like, okay,
Figure it
good
out.
idea, but awful bumpy. Maybe we could fill in the grooves with something else.
Well, that's what they tried to do, but now you're driving down the street in Manhattan and there's still cobblestones.
Mm-hmm.
We have jet aircraft, yet we still drive on cobblestones.
What about some of these towns that still have like the trolley tracks, but no trolleys?
Yeah,
They haven't
trolleys
had
long gone.
Trolleys in 100 years, but some stupid historic society insists that you keep the tracks down.
We're very proud of our trolley tracks. Great.
So it makes for a bumpy ride in
Motorcycle
that
guys
town.
wiping out when they're trying to turn.
All right, so let's go. That was Crazy Eric. Thanks, Crazy Eric, for helping us out with the
He's crazy.
with the scary and fearish news teases. Here's Tim in Oshkosh with his submission.
Good morning, I'm Bob Healy. The emerging mess on Highway 41. See why you may be steering into danger when you squeeze into traffic. Tonight on NBC 26, live at 10.
Steering into danger.
What does that mean?
Steering into danger.
What's up ahead?
That's very scary. Driving is inherently dangerous. It's just a dangerous thing.
Oh, you
I
know
don't know how they scare you, steering into danger.
We got to rewind a little bit, because I thought I heard this, and I just let it go, but now someone's saying that it's actually his name. Who's this?
Hey, this is Rod. How you doing?
Hey, Rod.
And you're from Connecticut?
Yes.
And you know that newscaster from the Connecticut story?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
He's a black guy, and his name Keith Coons.
Come on.
This make I laugh.
Seriously.
Yeah.
See, I thought I heard him say that, but I'm
No,
like, no.
seriously, dude. It's hilarious every time he's on the air.
Oh, what an awful name for a black guy.
Dude, you know that newscasters change their names all the time? You would think if you're a black guy with the name Keith Coons, you would change it to something a little more
He did
generic.
change it. It was originally Keith Jigaboo.
Bunch it out, guys.
All right. Is that really his name? Let's go back.
Oh,
let's go back to the Keith Coons guy.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Keith Kuntz. In the wake of the London...
Is it Coons or Coots?
He says Kuntz.
Kuntz?
I'm sure he says Kuntz.
Kuntz?
Do we have his name spelled somewhere?
Yeah, let's check that out.
Yeah, check that out. Check that spelling.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Keith Kuntz. In the wake of the London...
There's a T in there somewhere, right?
Keith Kuntz?
Kuntz?
Yeah, it sounds like C or K.
Probably K-U-N-T's. No, he would say...
Cunts?
Yeah. He doesn't want to say coons or cunts. That's a tough one to navigate.
That's rough.
I told you.
Oh, and we got a spelling?
Keith, K-O-U-N-T-Z. Whoa.
Coons.
There's all sorts of problems with that last name.
Yeah. Whoa. Cunts.
Are you a black guy or are you a twat?
C-O-U-N-T-Z?
C-O-U-N-T-Z, supposedly. Yes.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet that O was added years later?
Of course it was.
I told a famous story when I was a caddy. I used to have to caddy for the Kuntzes.
Yeah?
But I guess it was pronounced Coons. The Coons.
They never pronounce it like...
But her name, I swear to God, was Anita, and his name was Dick.
Really?
And basically their name was the C word. Their last name was the C word. And you're just a little kid carrying their bags, and then you had to thank Mrs. Mrs. C word at the end of the round.
Oh. That's him, huh?
There he is, Keith.
Jesus.
Kountz, yeah. He's a real guy.
He looks like Nat King Cole.
Yeah.
That awful, gelled hair.
I could see how a girl could fall for a guy like that.
Oh. Somebody show my kids and Keith Kuntz over here.
Yeah, this is a famous wacky name. Let me go to John in Boston real fast. Thank you. John.
Hey, what's up?
How about those Red Sox?
The Red Sox rule. Yankees suck. You guys don't forget about the first base coach from the Pirates, whose name is Rusty Kuntz, Kuntz.
Yeah,
that's a true one. All right.
That is an awful, awful name. I'm punching out, boys.
And I'm sure the next person calling in will do the old Dick Trickle guy.
Yes, we know about.
There's a name.
NASCAR.
The NASCAR
driver.
guy. Yeah.
Dick Trickle.
All right, moving on with the news teases. This one comes from Minnesota, Anthony. Phil in Minnesota.
Minnesota?
They're tying in the London subway bombings.
Don't worry about it if you're in Minnesota.
Tonight, Twin Cities Transit, is it safe from terrorist attacks? You'll be surprised by just how closely we're all being watched.
See, this is why I need the rest of the country to participate in this bit.
Yeah.
Because New York, you sort of expect it in a way, right?
Right.
But in the middle of Minnesota, they're trying to scare people with the fact that it might happen there.
Twin City Transit.
Tonight, Twin Cities Transit, is it safe from terrorist attacks? You'll be surprised by just how closely we're all being watched.
And I guarantee you, it's some stupid subway cams that have been installed by the city. That's how closely
we're being watched. They make it sound like the terrorists are watching and picking their spot and gonna attack Twin Cities Transit.
No accent at all. Why do they always forsake their accent? Why is there such an emphasis put on not having an accent that sounds like you are from there? Why?
You want to sound intelligent. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you why.
I guess you don't get your news from that.
I'll tell you why. It's like radio. These guys, you have to travel around the country, and they don't want to be known as, the broadcaster with the bad Minnesota accent.
You are limiting yourself.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
These guys don't stay in these towns very long.
They don't want to stay there.
They're always jumping around, and you try to jump to a bigger market, and land in either like a New York, Chicago, or in L.A.
L.A., yeah.
I wouldn't mind a southern accent on the news.
Oh, well, they're out there. They're definitely out there, but
they're never leaving either.
Yeah, it's not the norm. Here's E-Rock's submission. News teasers.
Plus, Hurricane Dennis is heading for Florida. As that state braces for the worst, we deal with our own super soaker here. Also, information you might want to hear before you take a trip to the hospital.
We deal with our own super soaker here. Got to tie it in here somehow. There's a hurricane there throwing boats around. And we got to tie it in here with what, a little sprinkle? Was that what it was?
Super soaker.
Super soaker.
That was actually Indonesia that had that news.
But even better was what you need to know before you go to the hospital.
Yeah. What? Oh, great. My leg's hanging off. I'm not going to that hospital.
Exactly. We don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Sam in Minnesota, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? I just heard you're talking about the subways in the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
And that's a little true. They got the biggest Somali population in the nation, so that could be why.
Somalis?
Yeah, Black Hawk Down, Mogadishu and everything.
Yeah, skinnies.
Skinnies in the subway?
Oh, all kinds of skinnies down in Minneapolis.
And who knew?
All right.
Are you kidding me?
Especially they're from the Sudan or whatever. Why would they want to go where it's fucking 10 degrees?
I have these preconceived notions of what cities around the country look like, and they're all from, 1965. I have no clue. I think I look at Minnesota, and I see snow and white people. That's it.
And a lot of people smoking Luckies.
Smoking Luckies. No, there may be some, cowboys bundled up, moving some steer in the snow. Things like that.
White people in suits walking into a Woolworth.
Of course.
That's Minnesota.
Minnesota. Not Somalis. Somalis. What are they doing there? It's freezing. Their little skinny arms.
Let's go to John in Long Island. He has a theory. John?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, John, the thing that I would tell you to do is do a Google search on how many mops go.
Did he call him? Did he say, yeah, John? Is he that nervous?
That's my new thing that I love. I hear it on the replay.
Yeah.
It's the nervous listener.
I love the nervous callers.
This guy actually said his name.
Yeah, John. John. Just repeat anything you say.
I was gonna John, I was going to go back to you. I was just putting you on hold to make fun of you for a second.
He punched out.
He's basically saying that this is where everyone is hiding, in Middle America.
Middle America is where the terrorists are hiding?
Yeah. Here's another news tease from Derek.
Falling furniture in your house. Are your children safe?
Coming up on The Early Show.
Falling furniture. Are your children safe? I say no.
Falling furniture?
I know TVs are always toppling over on little Hispanic kids. If they're not falling out the window, the TV's falling on them. Jesus. But other than that, what could really fall on a child? What furniture? Dresser? No.
I'm going to guess end table?
No.
No?
You must have the safest child safe house ever, Opie. You have one piece of furniture and a bed on the floor. No end tables, no nothing. Where do you put your TV? Do you have a TV in your bedroom?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, it's on a shelf.
It's on a shelf?
That's buried into the wall.
It sounds dangerous. Oh, it's in the wall?
Yeah.
I think you're set.
When kids come over to my house, the biggest danger is all the clothes that are piled up on my brand new dresser that never made it into the brand new dresser.
Right.
They can topple onto the kid.
Topple on and they can be lost for months.
When did I get a dresser? 3 months ago? 4 months ago?
The drawers are empty.
Yeah.
You put your clothes on top of it.
Well, it's an improvement from having them on the floor.
On
piles.
the floor.
All right, here's another news tease from Nathaniel. Our own Nathaniel, right?
Of course.
You can stroll the streets and stop to shop, but eat at your own risk. Monday at 11. Street fairs. There's summer fun at its best. But how safe is the food? Our expert shows you what to look out for before you hit the fair. CBS 2 News at 11, Monday.
What to look out for? The fair. The food at the fair. Would you ever eat any of that crap?
I've eaten.
Oh.
You got to eat.
Well, I know Keith eats that.
When
I went on the ride-along, we stopped at some trailer on the side of the road and bought some sausage and peppers.
Are you bad-mouthing Vito?
I would never badmouth Vito. That was the best sausage and peppers I ever had.
That could be a mistake, my friend.
I would never badmouth Vito. Vito rules. Believe me.
No, I heard you badmouth him.
I never badmouth Vito.
Who is this guy, Vito?
Vito Corleone. Corleone. Rubbed it right in his face. Ooh, he sure got it, though.
Yeah. Get a hooker in the bed.
Oh, you can't recover from the dead hooker unless the Corleone family helps you. We will help you out on this.
All right, what is this one about? Let's go to Ralph in Tennessee. Ralph, go ahead.
Yeah, I grew up in Connecticut. The guy that Keith Koontz replaced, his name was Skip Church.
The guy's name was Skip Church?
Yeah, his name was Skip Church. He's
on.
still doing news in Connecticut, I believe. I don't know what station he's on now.
And his name was Skip Church. Man, that's wacky. Yeah. All right, thank you, sir.
You travel around to some of these places, like when I went to California and figured I would go back down to San Juan Capistrano years ago and check out some of the places I grew up out there. And I went there, and it was just all Asians. Asians have taken over the West Coast. Just taken over.
Sorry, but they got... oh, God, hold on a second.
Hurricane.
Unbelievable. Good afternoon, Anderson. In fact, you didn't even get the worst of it. I know what you were experiencing was really
We're only getting it in one channel, unfortunately, but Anderson Cooper on CNN, he decided to broadcast from the middle of Dennis.
The hurricane.
Hurricane Dennis. And they're peeking from around the building as things are flying by them.
Seawall, and every once in a while splashing over the top. Now I can talk because I'm in the shadow of a big building.
I've never seen anything like this, John. This is incredible. Have you seen anything like this?
Never seen anything like this. I've never experienced anything like this before.
This, of course, is the most dangerous time when the winds are this strong.
Tree limbs are flying down. These pine trees, you see them out there, they keep big branches coming down, huge limbs.
And it's incredible when you think, these are strong pieces.
It's only in one fucking channel today.
I wonder why. It's usually in 2, right?
Yeah, but I don't know what happens over
What-
the weekend.
what
There's always
happened?
some little thing that happens over the weekend. Anyway, it's done. Whatever. We'll figure that out, too.
What are you going to do?
But you wish that a tree would just take them out live on TV.
Or a bumper.
All right. Anthony, here's...
It is really fun to be out in a hurricane in the wind, though, isn't it? It's like, you never done that before? No?
No.
Up here? Like Hurricane Gloria and stuff?
No.
And you kind of go out and the wind's really blowing and you kind of lean into it and stuff? Yeah, it's kind of fun. Weather extreme like that. The wind and
That's
rain.
when you finally decide to leave your house when a hurricane
I leave
hits?
the house in hurricanes because all the germs blow away and there's no one else out there, no pesky people.
So you can lean at a 45-degree angle?
Yeah, that's what I do.
You sure know how to have fun, Ant.
Stand in a hurricane.
You ever just cut your feet and hands on New Year's Eve and run through a bathhouse?
All right.
The hurricanes are nothing by the time they get here.
Here's
the last time we even had one.
Here's the news tease of the day, Anthony.
All right.
Submitted by Michael Bolton from whackbag.com.
I celebrate his entire catalog.
Listen to this fine news tease.
Sex change operations. How you're helping pay for Dick. Become James. Tomorrow on Fox 5 News at 10.
Hold the phone. That was a real news tease? That wasn't put together by some smartass?
I swear to God. If we were going to goof on news teases, this is something we would have came up with, but it's a real one.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's brutal.
I guess we're paying for Dick to become Jane.
To become Jane, but the pause after Dick.
Right, listen again.
Sex change operations. How you're helping pay for Dick. Become James. Tomorrow on Fox 5 News at 10.
And they do the universal sound of
The
penis.
boner. That is
boner.
the universal sound of the boner. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. You hear that boing sound, they in any language you would know boner.
That someone is hard.
Boner.
There you go.
Paying for Dick.
How are we paying for Dick?
To become Jane.
To become Jane.
I was going to say, like, we're paying for Dick? What? You got that one more time? I just love the way he says that, Dick.
Sex change operations. How you're helping pay for Dick. Become James. Tomorrow on Fox 5 News at 10.
Wow. Boy, they must have just skated by on that one.
Yeah.
That's your news organization, by the way, doing a dick joke. All right?
So we have no respect for them.
None.
Continue the assaults on the media, please.
Absolutely.
Best one in the month of July will win a MiFi and a day to check out the Opie and Anthony show.
Right.
All right, a couple more things, Anthony. We didn't get to this last week. I guess it doesn't matter anymore because it's okay.
No, I didn't do the walking into the high wind gag with Charlie Chaplin out in the hurricane. My buddy Charlie Chaplin.
Were you in a house on like a snowy roof? I fucked up. I was going to say a snowy mountaintop.
A house on a snowy roof. Oh.
The montage of fucking up, everybody.
I am a boob.
A house on a snowy roof of another house.
Yes. 2 houses.
I love it.
When are we going to do that new bit, Bombs and Flubs?
I think people still working on that?
I think the interns are working on that.
Yeah. Hard at work.
All right.
You know what? If they were still interns, would have been done.
That's
it
right.
would have been done. They're not hungry anymore, Opie. It took a week.
We're going to vote one of them off the island.
Oh!
Who will it be?
That's good. Let them have that in their mind, and then they'll work harder.
Let's say hi to Dan in New Jersey. Dan, what's up?
Are hurricanes blowing sharks into your backyard?
You blow it!
I blew it! Punch it out!
Are sharks blowing people wearing wigs? You dummy.
They get all nervous.
And then he tried to reverse himself. Are sharks...
Hurricane salad.
So the Lunday, Jesus, we're all fucking up today. Oh my God.
So the Lunday what?
Lunday. Ron Lunday.
Wow. Lunday.
Old Lucky Lunday had his baby taken.
I was going to say the...
Baby took
I was going to say the London subway bombings.
Yes.
That's now old news, obviously. Of course. So it's okay over there? It's no big deal?
Everything's fine. They're trying to get one more body out of the subway. That's what they're saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of wreckage down there.
But the news already hosed down and moved their crews down to this hurricane.
Yeah, no more crews left in London. You won't see an American news crew there.
But when they broadcast that story, they made it sound like it was a really big deal for everybody.
It was very important and very big for a day.
Until the
two.
Dennis the Menace thing.
Then Hurricane Dennis, how will it affect our area?
And I bet you we go back to the sharks.
You think the sharks?
I think we're going to surprise everybody, and the news is going to start talking about sharks again.
I saw more people die in elephant attacks every year.
Oh, really?
Than in shark attacks, yeah. Because they're on the land. You got to give them the benefit, the fact that you share the real estate with an elephant. If you're out of the water, odds are you will not get attacked by a shark. Although I have seen footage of idiots that have been attacked by sharks on land. They pull them out of the water, they're on the beach, and some idiot goes and sticks his hand or foot in the shark's mouth. Hours later, shark's still kicking.
You know the shark
Gets his last bite in.
Yeah, I was going to say, the shark was just sitting there waiting.
Just waiting for some idiot.
Just getting all his energy together for one last bite.
And he's not letting go. No. Look, I'm dead. You can club me over the head, so I'm locking down on this moron's foot.
All right. So anyway, after the subway bombings in London, the New York media went nuts. And they did a little feature on New York City safety tips.
Safety tips? Well, these are always handy.
Safety tips to get around town on the subways. Listen to this.
When you enter the subways, know where your exits are. Be aware. Remember that in a crisis situation.
All right, that's good. The same way you came on.
This could be another bit that is developing as we speak. The expert on TV. The experts on TV that have absolutely nothing to add.
Audio from the experts.
They just talk about common sense things.
Know your exits on the bus.
If there's flames, you might want to run in the opposite direction.
Of those flames, of said flames.
But don't run towards them.
They say it in such a way, though. It's like, this is stuff that I only know because I'm an expert,
and if
you don't know.
If there's a graphic with numbers and then what he said after each number, that makes him even more credible.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When you enter the subways, know where your exits are. Be aware. Remember that in a crisis situation, smoke, vision is going to be limited. So know your surroundings, and if you see anything suspicious, tell the police right away, or tell an employee of the transit system right away. Or for that matter, don't just focus on the subways. It could be in any location. Right. Just be aware of your surroundings and make the appropriate notifications.
And when you see something
suspicious.
I should just go.
Is that below suspicious? Suspicious.
Suspicious. And then you see something suspicious.
Suspicious.
Call the police.
Oh my God.
But I think
you got a greatest hits of flubs from me today. A greatest hits.
Suspicious.
Well, it is a Lunday. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Lunday.
Just another manic Lunday.
I don't like Lundays.
My favorite pitcher from the Dodgers was Rick Lunday. Hey, do you know? Actually, this guy was good though because the fact that smoke will impair vision, it just came together when he said it. That was what the problem. Was.
I never gave it a second thought.
No.
That if there was smoke, perhaps you wouldn't be able to see.
But that was
Thank
more
God for
comfortable
him.
for breathing.
All right, more safety tips, things to look out for out there.
We also saw after 9/11 how we were quick to spot a certain individual who perhaps we thought looked like they could, because of their nationality or their ethnicity, that we were quick to think.
Right. And the balance of that has changed. We know Al-Qaeda is, recruiting different types of individuals.
Shut up, you PC asshole. Just stop it already.
Yeah, you start to look at certain individuals like the exact same ones that did this fucking bombing in London and everywhere else in the world.
That do every one of them. Stop it.
Yeah, we start looking at it because of their nationality. Exactly, stupid. When you're looking for the mafia, you don't start talking to Jews. You go to Brooklyn and you look for Italians. Fucking idiots.
Unbelievable. This is why we're doomed. Because of idiots like this.
This fucking twat.
They're starting to recruit other nationalities. You know something? They're really not.
No, it's just more Muslims and now ones with different incomes. Middle-class Muslims they're going after now in London.
Yeah.
The exact same people.
Still, put them in a lineup of, I don't know, people from Greenwich, Connecticut.
Right.
I'll be able to pick them out.
Who are these people that did this? Do we have any idea? Like, what station is this fucking bitch from?
ABC.
Of course.
Here in
She
New York.
black?
I don't know.
White?
I don't know.
What is she?
I don't know.
Had to get her social statement in there.
Yeah. Hey, it's not right now.
Keep profiling.
We got a little more here.
And the balance of that has changed. We know Al-Qaeda is, recruiting different types of individuals, so I don't think that would be, a proper way to go anymore.
Right.
And
What?
just be aware of all your surroundings. And, the government does release information. A number of months ago, the information about limousines and possible explosives aboard limousines was shared with the public. And again, the government is getting better at sharing the information, and it's the public's responsibility to, respond properly with that.
You fucking politically correct douchebags.
Oh.
That's not the right way to go anymore?
No.
It's exactly the right way to go.
That's who's doing this. It's Middle Eastern men.
Yep.
That's who's doing it. It's Muslims from the Middle East. Regardless of where they live now, that's what they are. Just stop already. I watched a great program over the weekend called The Dark Art of Interrogation. And it showed a whole history of interrogation and how we're using interrogation now to help us out with Al-Qaeda. And our hands are tied. It's just ridiculous. These guys that are doing the interrogating have to abide by so many rules, and they're so scrutinized by the Red Cross and Amnesty International and everyone else that's allowed in to Guantanamo to see what they're doing to these people. And it's ridiculous. We're missing getting information because of how we have to treat these people. And meanwhile, you know what the enemy does.
I will say the higher-ups, though, there is a way around it, and that's to farm them out to other countries. Guys like Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and this computer guy they got, but they're getting what they need out of these guys. But the fucking Red Cross and Amnesty International, the Americans are not the ones you should be looking at. We're just the dummies who let you in and abide by the rules.
You can't tag team. They call it tag teaming a prisoner. You try to get information, you send one guy in, interrogate him for 8 hours, have that guy go and sleep, and have another interrogator come in that's fresh and interrogate him for another 8 hours so the guy doesn't get sleep for 16 hours. It has to be like the same interrogator with the prisoner until he can't take it anymore, and then the prisoner goes back to his cell.
What?
Yeah. That's one of the rules you have to abide by. None of that. They said they got the most information. I thought this was pretty clever. Off of a group. They told them that, all right, we're done interrogating you. We have a very special visitor that's going to be coming in the next few days. And it was this guy disguised as an Egyptian officer, army officer. And he spoke perfect and looked the part. And they were telling these prisoners that they were going to send them now to various countries. So they put tape on them with the names of the countries they were going to send them to. Syria, Jordan. And these guys were scared shitless because they knew they would go there and just be killed. They would absolutely be killed because they were taken prisoner and interrogated by the United States. And for the good treatment that they got in the U.S. hands, they realized if they went to Syria that they were dead. So they quietly in the night started contacting some of the Americans and saying, look, I want to talk.
I don't know, guys. That's not fair, though. I mean, you really shouldn't interrogate
play by the
that
rules.
way.
You shouldn't lie to them.
Yeah, you
gotta play by the
can't
rules.
tell lies. Because they're assimilating into this society just to kill our citizens. I mean, basically, the Constitution says we have to take that.
We'll be just as bad as the terrorists if we
That's
do that.
right.
We have to set ourselves apart, don't we? No, we don't.
That's right.
Truncheons. Nice. Hoses. Bats.
Just a coincidence. They all just happen to look the same way.
He's got his hand up in the air.
I'm just waiting for an out, and then, what happens?
Go to commercial?
Yeah, but you end with a killer line.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden...
Oh, I hate those.
I know, but I was doing it today.
How about this?
All right.
The Muslims get profiled. Don't make a fucking maniac out of me. The Muslims get profiled.
No?
Wasn't good enough.
You didn't like that one?
I know this one.
My hand's still up in the air.
July 23rd, Cleveland gets Norton. Cleveland gets Norton.
Don't make a fucking non-ticket holder out of me. No?
No.
That wasn't a good out either?
Wow.
We can play a little of this. From the same people that brought you Shit Dick.
Oh.
Ooh.
Towel's not a hat? Love this.
Skip the fruit. Another stinky egg wrap, worse than a shoe. Ever heard of soap? You smell like fucking shit. With that towel on your head, you make me fucking sick. Go to the hut, go to the hut, go to the hut. Go to the hut, go to the hut, go to the hut. Just a towel head. Let him opportunity. Get the work speeds up. Brings his whole family. Gonna rip you off. Better kill your chain. Rag on your head. Cover greasy mane.
That was not a hat. A B-side to their huge hit Shit Dick.
That's right. Not as good as the single, but
I like it.
You like it?
It fits.
The video is really wacky. Just a bunch of people running around looking for towels and trying to make hats out of them, like that, like sped up, like funny film. And they're trying to like dry themselves with Yankee caps.
Like an early MTV video, just awful. Very good. All right, we have no out. Do we have an out officially? No.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
you
but
missed it.
I know.
With towels on a hat was a great one.
I know, because then you fade over the
and then go pew pew pew,
and then pew pew. We'll be back with
I
more.
gotta get out.
All right.
I gotta take a piss.
The very worst of the Opie and Anthony FU line.
Yeah, I want to put a fuck you out to Bruce Kelly. You fucking homo. You're a pretty good baby. Yeah, this is Paul Anka. Fuck you, Howard. You're on fucking notice. The boys get shirts. Don't make me a fucking maniac. The boys get shirts. I'd like to give a double fuck you to my two big fat fucking bosses. Two stupid fucking goomba motherfuckers with the two little tiny pricks. Fuck you and die. Yeah, this is Steven. I want to give a big fuck you to Andrew Dice Clay. Oh, boogaloogaloo, boogaloogaloo, boogaloogaloo. My career's fucking done now. A douche. Fuck you, you overrated prick. Big fuck you to myself for bringing nothing to the FU line. Fuck me.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line at 1-866-FU line 1. 1-866-FU line 1. Well, fuck you very much.
Fantastic Four was the #1 movie over the weekend. Ooh. Raking in $56 million. War of the Worlds came in second place with $31.3 million.
Ooh, what came in third?
Well, that would be Batman Begins with $10.2 million.
Wow, still.
That was the box office take on that film.
Looks like Hollywood's out of its slump.
Dark Water, which actually looks like a really good movie.
Yeah.
Did shit. $10.1 million.
Who's in it? That's that Jennifer Connelly?
Yeah, they say it's a good movie there.
Isn't it about a tub in Texas?
And
that Jennifer Connelly was hot for like,
man, I saw her on TRL.
For like 15 minutes.
She's not that hot anymore, right?
No, she was like
she was
what
hot
was that
in
movie?
Beautiful Mind.
In Labyrinth.
What was she, 12 in that or something? Is that the joke?
That's the joke.
All right.
No, not Beautiful Mind. Like what movie was she in? God damn it, can't remember the name. Oh, the one with
Caligula.
No.
Oh, damn, you beat me. I was going to say Spaceballs.
Rocket.
Rocketeer.
Rocketeer.
Oh yeah.
Rocketeer. Yeah, that's when she was hot. There's some nude pictures of her on Mr. Skin there. That is just unbelievable.
Yeah, something's
Great
going
set
on,
of
though.
jugs on her.
She didn't look that good on TRL when she was promoting.
She's
this
lost
new
too
movie.
much weight now. Like her arms are real skinny and stuff.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Really fast. So, Dark Water was 4th. Mr. and Mrs. Smith still doing well. 7.9 million. Herbie, Fully Loaded.
Yeah, how'd that do?
Bombed. 6.3 over the weekend.
That's not the first weekend, though, is it?
Oh, it's been out a couple weekends.
I'm not sure.
I'm sorry.
I'm asking.
All right, I'm sorry. Well, then it's no big deal. And then Bewitched, 5.5. Another bomb for Will there.
Was that a bomb?
It's only made 50.9 million. That's
these days. Yeah, that's
these
kinda...
days. Even 100 million's not a success.
I don't know how much.
Well, you can't profile, but look on TV who they think is in first. Mustafa something with a fucking thing on his head and a long beard. Yeah.
He looks like a white guy with a red beard, though, dude.
No, he doesn't.
Sure he does.
He's a Muslim.
Mustafa Salmarian Nassar.
That's a white guy that got a Muslim name somehow.
Don't look for him,
Muslim.
though. No. Look for somebody else. Look for a guy like the guy you work with. Sure.
All right, yeah, there's the Jennifer Connelly. Wow, look at the muff shot. Requiem for a Dream, 2000.
Little muff shot on her there. Go to the jug shot of her on the beach.
Right, she was in that.
We love Mr. Skin.
There's one where she's on the beach and
in what movie?
I don't know. Oh, I know the name of the movie. Hawk's having a hard time. It's not loading the thumbnail. You can't go too recent of movies for her. No beach scene? Can't find it. Oh well, keep looking, Hawk. That's it.
Wow.
Look at this. Look at that. How lovely. Look at those lovely bosom.
That's 1990.
1990. That's the whole period where she was hot for like 10 minutes. Then she lost a little too much of her weight.
Wow.
She was good in Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
Little junkie getting railed on a double dildo scene.
Ooh. I didn't see that.
You didn't see Requiem for a Dream? The guy...
maybe I did.
David Keith. Which one's the black guy? Which one's the white guy?
Keith David.
Keith David.
Is the black guy. David Keith is the white guy, right?
Yeah. David Keith is the white guy.
David Keith is the guy that you called Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, who I eventually got next time I was in L.A. He's like, I'd never turn down a picture. Really?
Unless you call me Patrick Swayze,
Oh, he
ass.
loved me. I asked him in front of a hot chick. He wanted to hug me. He was
really?
Of course.
Yeah, it's got to be good in front of a girl.
But anyway, yeah, he was in that. He played like a drug... the black guy, Keith David, was in that. He played a drug dealer. Well, I think he didn't want money, but you had to fuck him or put on a show for him if you wanted drugs.
I do remember seeing that.
Great.
I think I saw it on TBS, and they were playing like checkers. Fuckers.
That's good.
If you want the Twinkies, you have to play checkers.
Checkers. And I'll watch.
Hey, we got a great news story from Fox 5 that could start a discussion here about video games.
Yeah.
I knew some of this was going on, but now the mainstream media is on it.
Uh-oh. So they're getting it totally wrong.
Yeah, of course. We'll play the story here, and then we'll discuss, obviously, after that.
Is there a dirty little secret hidden in a popular video game? Critics say the latest version of Grand Theft Auto isn't just violent, it's also pornographic. And that's disgusting to some parents. Gotta wonder what parents, however, are going to let their kids play that game. Fox 5's Lisa Cabrera has the story.
A little editorializing there.
Yeah. Do you really just report the news?
Just report the news.
What kind of parent? I don't know. What kind of reporter is going to throw a fucking opinion in what is supposed to be an unbiased piece?
Yeah.
Stupid.
I don't know what kind of parent would... parent that knows if their kid is mature enough to play that game and sit down and have fun and enjoy it for what it is, a game.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe that parent. Yes.
Isn't just violent, it's also pornographic, and that's disgusting to some parents. Gotta wonder what parents, however, are going to let their kids play that game. Fox 5's Lisa Cabrera has the story.
All right, great.
Well, it is something that most parents have never even heard of, but every kid we talk to has hidden sex scenes in popular video games.
Nice!
Wrong.
That's not what it is, but...
They're making it sound like, Rockstar is putting this out.
Yeah, they're not stupid.
It's a downloadable little mod. Great commercial, by the way, for that game,
isn't it? Grand Theft Auto is one of the world's most popular video games.
My friend told me you beat up people and kill them and then you get their money and stuff.
In the computer version of Grand Theft Auto, there's XXX minigames.
Now there's something kids can download called a mod. It modifies the game to unlock porn hidden throughout the game.
That wouldn't surprise me because I think that kind of stuff should be outlawed.
Yeah.
I really do, especially when you're talking about a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old that are playing this thing.
I have seen it. I do not think that's legitimate, really.
Many of the games like Grand Theft Auto come with tools to make modding easier. Companies love it because it can make old games seem new again.
You buy the game and you have expectations about what it's going to be. So, I mean, if you're letting your kids play the game and that's what's going on with it, then it's kind of your own prerogative.
I think it's totally wrong. Totally wrong. I mean, it's very, sad that we have that in our society that's so easy to get to kids.
Grand Theft Auto is now under investigation by the board that rates video games. That means their rating could go to M for mature to AO, adults only.
AO, make it real popular.
Of course. And you want to explain what's going on here?
Yeah, you download a mod. It's not put out by Rockstar. You download this, and all of a sudden, certain parts of the game, the chicks that are standing there, their clothes will be gone. You know? You'll see tit. You'll see some computer-generated muff. But this has been going on for years. Remember Sims?
Do they hide this stuff in the game? And then you have to have the mod programs to unlock it?
I'm sure that happens too, but
I mean,
for the most part, it's just mod. Like, when The Sims came out, we downloaded a mod that had them naked instead of pixelated when they go to take the shower and take a shit and stuff like that. That wasn't put out by Sims. That was put out. It's a program.
I'm just trying to understand how it's done, and then someone takes the actual game, reworks it.
Yeah, reworks the code.
And
you download this program. It reworks the code of your game to show people naked.
Okay.
It's fantastic. It adds to the fun of the game. It really does. Nothing better than rippling a hooker with a machine gun when she's completely nude.
I got to get this game.
Oh, it's so sick.
I have to.
Grand Theft?
I've never had
it's out. It's finally out now for PC. It was only out for PlayStation, or was it Xbox? I think
PlayStation 2.
It was only out for PlayStation 2 for quite a while. Just came out for PC. PC version has a few extras too. So it's and I just like the game better on PC. I like the graphics better. They're much better. The play is better. Yeah, you could get the resolution where you're reading signs way down the road. You get it where far away scenery comes up on you quicker. You could actually see a lot further in the game. That's why they're pushing Xbox and PlayStation 2. It'll never... I remember when PlayStation 2 first came out, they were pushing how it was going to be better graphically
so much better
than your PC. And I'm going, bullshit. First of all, it's on a television, which takes away the resolution right there.
Well, they were also saying it was so much better than like regular PlayStation and stuff.
Yeah.
And the difference wasn't that great.
Not that big.
No, I don't think so.
Absolutely not as good as PC.
Right.
You're on PC. It's completely... Also, PCs are just upgradable over time, so a better graphics card comes out. You pop that in. You get more RAM. The game's running like silk. Love it.
Let's say hi to Josh in Kentucky.
Cheat codes.
Josh.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey,
I'm
man.
just wondering what these news people look for when they interview people. I mean, do they just look for the people with the smallest amount of brain space possible? I mean, Jesus Christ, they all seem to have the same opinion without anything to say. It's ignorant what these people seem to think about video games. I mean, if you're mature enough to understand what's going on, if you can take it in a mature fashion without thinking, oh my God, these people are telling me to go kill sluts. I mean, what the fuck? Are these news people just all the same?
It's not a good story if they go to somebody who knows what they're talking about. They'd rather go to parents who have no clue about the game. They'd rather interview 10-year-old kids about it so they get that sound clip of a kid talking about the violence in the game. Meanwhile, he's never played it. The kid right there in the news thing said, a friend of mine told me it's got this.
The latest GTA, too, if it was having an influence on kids and people in society, don't you think, like... people getting run over by cars would be drastically up right now.
Yeah, that seems to be the...
And hookers getting blown away.
Yeah.
I think the stats are pretty much the same.
It's an entertaining game to play because it's so far from any reality that you would have that it's fun. You pop in there, you could kill people, you can steal things. It's a great game. And then you go about your real life not doing those violent things because you're not insane. The people that say that they killed because of a game, believe me, they were killing someone anyway. I don't think the game pushed them over the edge. They were crazy anyway.
One of my favorite fake commercials from the GTA series is the one for the Glory Hole theme park.
Yeah.
Remember this thing? Listen to this.
Come live the mystery.
Water Sports Park. I'll show your kids a great time. It's something they'll never forget and talk about for years to come, especially at therapy sessions.
It's the place for magic and adventure.
Leaving me free to shop and get lipo.
Who's ready for the incredible Dribbles voyage?
Jerry, can we come too?
This is a journey you must undertake alone. It can be dark and scary, but you'll shriek with delight.
What's that hole in the wall for?
You wait and see. You'll be amazed. Fuck the suits on.
Glory Hole Theme Park. Open every day till 3 a.m.
That's great. Dribbles.
Oh, that's hilarious. Let's say hi to Dennis in New Jersey. Dennis?
Hey, you guys remember the old Duke Nukem? I used to go upstairs in the bar and they had the OJ chase running on the monitor. That was the best.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? You go up in the bar and they got a little monitor up in the corner.
Yeah.
You see that one white Bronco being chased by 5 cop cars?
Huh. Oh, I didn't know that was going on that one.
Oh, yeah, Duke Nukem.
Cool.
It's an old one. It's classic.
All right, thank you, sir.
Posting out.
Here, play the other Glory Hole commercial.
San Andreas just can't get enough of the Glory Hole Theme Park.
Glory Hole, where strangers become friends. Glory Hole, you don't need to know names.
It's the place for magic and adventure. We all like speaking rodents to entertain and educate our kids. And now with Jerry Gerbil, the kids have someone they can really relate to.
Kids, come and play. I've got puppies to show you.
Yay, Jerry's speaking rodents! Go on, kids, have fun. I know it's safe. Jerry's wearing a latex bodysuit.
See you later, Mom. We're off to have fun with strangers.
Ride the log flume. Live the adventure of the flaming screen machine. Glory Hole Theme Park.
Glory Hole.
Open every day till 3 a.m. Come live the mystery.
Live the mystery.
It's where strangers become friends.
You know what that just reminded me of? The video we were watching just before the show, they were doing a story on another child kid toucher.
Yeah.
And they had a dramatization.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the dramatization of the guy in the park with
Yeah,
his... with his
guy in the park with his radio-controlled truck. Just cruising around with it, and of course the kids come up because they think it's cool,
Right.
and then it gives them the opportunity to start talking with these kids.
It was the worst dramatization ever.
So creepy.
They're doing the kid touches story, and all of a sudden it goes to black and white with this mysterious guy in the middle of a park.
Yeah,
with a toy for
with
the
a
kids to play
big
with.
RC truck. Oh, that's a nice truck. Yes, it is. You want to play with it? Yeah. Why don't we go in this bathroom over here? I'll show you how the controls work. Put your mouth on this.
Any minute now you're going to hear, hey, you want to
Hey, Mark Perino. Hey, I got some PlayStations for you.
20 minutes from now, though, he'll run in with that.
Hey,
boss,
Mark Perino, dude.
It made us laugh hard. It made us chuckle. Let's say hi to Dave in Rhode Island. Dave, what's up?
Hey, man.
Hey.
I want to know what's with these parents who, like, give their kids, who let these kids play these games. These games have ratings on them. I mean, how fucking stupid must they be when it says for mature audiences only and they let the kids play the games?
I think it's up to the parents.
It is up to the parents.
The
The rating
parents-
system is fine, but if they start using the rating system to not sell games, like if Electronics Boutique, what is it called now, GameStop, if they're pressured to not carry adult games based on the rating, it's going to be a bitch to find some of them. And believe me, they won't stop at just rating the game as adults only. They'll say, now that these games are rated adults only, let's keep the adults only games out of stores that kids can go into. And you're not going to find a store that's just going to sell adult only games, so they won't make the games because the demand won't be there, and in the end they'll get their goal, which is to get these things off the shelves.
And less fun for the adults.
Less fun for the adults, because that's who's playing these fucking games. Just because these assholes don't understand or can't find enjoyment in these games doesn't mean that there are plenty of adults that don't like playing them. These games are fantastic. I've loved these things ever since I was a kid. I loved playing games, fantasy games, you know? Things you can do that you can't do in real life, you can do on a computer.
They're trying to protect the children, and that means less fun for us.
Less fun for us, right.
In the end, less fun for us. Always.
Playing Battlefield 2 now. Battlefield 1941 was out, 1942 was out for a few years. Now Battlefield 2 came out, and I hate starting a new game because I'm the newbie, and I just get crushed and you know they're 12 years old and they're just railing you. I log in.
Isolate that.
Yeah, 12 years old and they're just railing you. They do. I log in. I walk around. I walk 10 feet and I'm just laid out, machine gun, sniper. I can't see anybody. I don't know how to play yet. Looks good though. I'll keep playing.
Idea for a promo.
Isolate that.
Clean lines that sound dirty.
Oh. Suck my fucking cock.
All right. Someone wants to know if there's a mod for WoW, Anthony. Sure. Jeff, Florida, go.
Hey, I just want to figure out if you guys have played World of Warcraft and if there are any mods for it.
I never played.
And what's your outtake on Lucha Suit Larry?
Well, do you do the mod thing, Anthony, with these games?
Occasionally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Find any good ones?
No, the only real cool one I saw was, like I said, The Sims, when you can make them naked. But any other mods I download are just usually game map mods and stuff like that that are built by people that play the games. You get bored with the maps that came with the game. That's why these game companies are brilliant. Games that came out like Half-Life and Counter-Strike, they open up the programming to the people that play the games. So now you bought the game, but you also bought the ability to build the maps and make characters and build the game. And then they upload these things to websites, and you go to these websites, and now you're downloading entire worlds that were built by the gamers themselves, and it kind of keeps the game going years after it should have been out of gas, you know, because it's not the same game that you play. It's constantly changing.
All right. Adam here has something on GTA. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, I was looking online for sex games, and I saw something on some British newspaper where basically it wasn't just a mod where you see them naked. It was actually where it's a mini game like Dead to Rights, where you have to press X and O and build for the climax to win the mini game and get extra, whatever powers. That's all I got, guys.
So it's in the game?
Yeah, it's actually. Well, they said it was written into the code for the computer, but they disconnected it or took it off so that it wasn't in the final version.
But now you can download the ability to see it.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Good. And now the news is informing everybody that has the game. See, I wouldn't have known about this. And you know what I'm going to do now when I get home? I'm going to download this and check it out and see it. No, I have it already. Oh, fuck yeah.
And have fun
on
with
pre-order.
Portable phone. A portable phone.
It's a portable phone.
Mine, actually.
What?
That guy just stole my line. I was going to tell you it's some Danish kid created this. He says it was in the game. Rockstar hasn't said whether it is or not. But the person from the ESRB, the head, said that they're not going to change the rating anyway because they only rate playable content, not stuff that's hidden in the game.
There you go.
So it's a non-news story.
Yeah.
Which is a big shocker.
All right, thank you.
All right, I have nothing.
Oh, that was good. You added a little bit there. Yes, Keith.
There was a 1010 Wins was doing a piece in that one of our new sponsors, that Mafia Life game. They were doing a big thing about the whole Mafia thing and the content of his game.
Yeah, I heard that.
He was starting to get a little bad publicity, which, I mean, is still good publicity.
Yeah, it's one of those text-based role-playing games that puts you in the Mafia. And, of course, there's some outrage. Italian groups are mad because it's perpetuating the stereotype again because there are so many, Muslim members of the Mafia. And other people just saying it's glorifying a criminal lifestyle. It's a game. Why can't people just appreciate the fact that people play games like they do reading books or watching movies? It's a diversion from your life. It's a form of entertainment. That's different. Would a dopey housewife want to play a video game based on raising a kid and feeding it when you have to and changing its shitty diaper? That's her life. You want to play something that's a little different, a little more exciting, fun, challenging, things like that. That's what these games are out there for. Not training tools. I love when the politicians call them, it's a training tool for killing cops. Shut up. It's a game. They want them pulled off the shelves. Take away all our fun.
Let's go to Andrew on Long Island. Andrew?
Hey, guys. And you might want to know that there's a mod for Half-Life 2 where you can play with a nude version of Alex, the female character in the game.
She's a pretty hot computer-generated bitch.
Yeah,
I like that.
she's already pretty realistic, and
Yeah.
the mod makes her totally nude.
Well, I'll have to download that one. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Who's the hottest?
Punch it out.
Who's the hottest computer game bitch out there?
I think that chick from Half-Life 2. She looks pretty good. I think she's half black and half Asian. And they made her look pretty good.
All right, let's go to Philly.
You have to follow her during
hold on,
some of the parts of the game. She goes, follow me. And you follow her, and you're just looking at her computer ass going into the elevator.
She's black and Asian?
Yeah, but she looks really hot.
Do you think she became that way because of the melting pot of integration?
I would call her some kind of conglomerated mongrel. What do I do? Conglomerated mulatto.
You fucked it up.
I fucked it up.
Conglomerated mongrel mulatto.
What the fuck? Wow, we really can't talk today.
It's a weird day.
Oh. Mark that one down. I stink.
First day with my new tongue. How many times have you heard that on the radio? Lee in Philly, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
You know they got a mod for San Andreas where you can turn CJ white.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty
For the
cool.
computer, it's kind of crazy. You can give him Jerry Curry, looks like Michael Jackson around.
Yeah, but that ruins the whole realism of the game.
Yeah, he stops shooting people. He goes and he gets an education and becomes
a job.
Decent citizen.
All of a sudden you're playing the game going, what? I'm going to work every day.
Look at this guy. His pocket protector is full of new pens. This isn't fun.
Oh, that's a very good question coming in from Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, Ann, how do you play these games with the big Howard Hughes fingernails and your long hair and your feet in the Kleenex boxes?
Feet in the Kleenex boxes. I have had to modify a few of my gaming apparatus.
Yeah,
my
sure.
joystick, so my big fingernails, my unclipped fingernails don't get in the way.
Phil in Bayshore.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Phil.
I was wondering if you guys remember with Tomb Raider, they had the mod to make Lara Croft topless.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have loved to see that.
She was a
one.
hottie, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Punching
Jumping
out,
around
guys.
with her big tits. Nice.
I was reading an article where the new Tomb Raider, they made her boobies smaller or something.
Yeah. They want they want to tap into the girly market too, and they don't want it offending people, so they cut down on her boobage.
That's too bad. Mm-hmm. All right, one more here. Joe, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I don't know if you guys are into Xbox modding at all. You can actually put a chip into the Xbox and mod the games, like Dead or Alive Volleyball, where you can make the girls nude.
Oh, yeah? I hear that Extreme Beach Volleyball is pretty good. That one.
Yeah,
on,
it's pretty good. I mean, it's an old game, but you can actually make all the chicks nude. You can also do it in, I don't know if you ever played Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox. You can make the chicks nude on that, too.
I think pretty much every game you can play it with the girls
Play 'em nude.
at this point, right?
Hey, Google Extreme Beach Volleyball to get a couple of pics up. Honestly, this guy says they're pretty hot.
You know, I heard they're doing with asteroids
Pubic
now,
chicks.
that the boulders are just big tits, and it's a little cock shooting things at them. Why would anyone
Shooting
want
some HIV?
Why would you need naked video games when you can just get porn?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. There's something fun about it. Jimmy?
Yeah, you're still playing the game, which is cool, and then to see that in the game is kind of funny. Yeah.
Can you make the guy naked who's shooting people so his big
Ooh.
black hog is bouncing all over as he's murdering people?
Ben's Hog, the video game. Crawls through the streets, the sewer systems.
Always being mistaken for something else, like people are killed when they get on it thinking it's a bus.
Yeah, wow, these girls are very hot.
Ooh. Almost has that anime porn look to it, huh?
For computer game bitches. All right. We're going to take another break here. We should play the Monster Rain thing that Laszlo made for Jimmy. Laszlo did all the commercials for GTA.
Yeah.
Did a great job. And just for our show, he did a Monster Rain commercial in honor of Jim Norton and his little Monster Rain story.
Is it going to make it to the game?
I don't know. He should.
That would be great.
He should throw it in the next GTA game.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious. But take a listen.
He was just the boy next door.
Mikey, where are you?
It's the game for kids that's sweeping the country.
Jimmy, what are you doing?
Jesus H. Christ, my little baby!
Monster Rain. Monster Rain. The game you play under the porch. Monster Rain.
through the hourglass. So is the O&A virus.
I really don't care if a stripper likes me or hates me.
I don't
care
either,
less.
actually, in that sense.
But you're just really bothered by
It's just like, do your job.
It's just the whole thing that they're not just coming up to him and, you know.
Being naked at all. Don't
Yeah.
just flash it. What the fuck is that? That awful energy of a bouncer. They're like, what are we going to do, rape you in studio, stupid?
Well,
good point.
The guy's not really a bouncer. He plays golf with Rich Voss.
All right, he's a friend of ours.
Yeah, he's a 3 handicap. I mean, what kind of bouncer is he? I mean,
He drives the Rolls Royce.
he's good with a 9-iron.
Crack 'em.
Never. They don't think I'm funny. I do cancer
please,
jokes.
you
They
don't
don't
say a
ever
word.
laugh at me.
When they do a lap dance, you fart. They'll fucking think it's funny when they
Strippers never think I'm
that
funny.
garlic coming from your muff.
Never. You know who thinks I'm funny? Fucking psycho fat chicks think I'm a hoot. Never fucking strippers. Oh, that.
Oh, okay.
You know what though? Everybody's got to make a living.
That's right. Go do your thing.
Ah, man, whatever. Just fun with the captain left. That's all that really matters, you know. I can entertain people. I'm lucky. I'm living a full life. Got a new place. You know, getting it all paid. Did I feel good?
These girls
Fucking
hypnotizing
cunts. They
anybody?
always just fucking drain you, and they want nothing to do with me, and I know they don't. I know they don't. It's fucking annoying, and they can't even hide the fact how much they fucking hate my guts, which makes me sick. But then again, there's a certain honesty I kind of like about that. There's something about a girl just telling the truth which makes me feel good inside. You know, you have to love it. You have to love it. So what are those whores doing?
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
You can do it. All right, this is the Opie and Anthony program. The O&A virus spreading across America.
Yes, it is.
A very busy show today.
Opie's got his Dannon Light and Fit yogurt with your little crunchy stuff on top. So you'll be hearing that spoon scraping any minute now.
I add the granola, yes.
Yeah.
To my fine yogurt.
He eats that Light and Fit. That's why he's got that body on him.
Do you stir it up?
It's kind of tough because...
Or do you just leave it on top and then it's gone? And
I didn't eat enough yogurt, so it's kind of just floating on top.
I don't like stuff on top of something else. It's got to be all mixed up. If I eat something, then it's gone, and you're left with, like, component number 2,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
No? See, this is what I do. Well, then I add more of the granola.
That's too much work.
That sounds healthy.
Oh!
You gotta eat like that.
Stop
though.
it!
You want to look like he looks, you got to eat healthy. You want that little V?
Yeah. That's great.
All right.
You're chewing, I'm clearing mucus out of my throat, which looks not unlike your yogurt.
Thanks. All right, Amp.
Well, I guess I'll smear this cream cheese with my cock, since there's no fucking knife with it.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Now we got problems.
Now, who?
It's just common
Who got you
sense.
that? Oh, no. Let's see if they bring it blade first. Come on. Oh, he's actually bringing it in his ass. Is Nathaniel No.
Why do you not bring him?
Hold on. Here it is.
Thank you.
Oh, you didn't touch the blade, did you? No, sir.
Stubborn little raceless oddball.
That kid's related to Thomas Jefferson. Let's relax, yes.
Thomas Jefferson's slave, maybe.
Exactly.
Out in the quarters. Old Thomas Jefferson going back. Out back. The slave house.
He was the slave
Get a
that
little
would,
something.
He's the one that would like learn to read and go to the general store because he could kind of blend in.
All right, Anthony. Brand new bit on the radio show.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Nathaniel and maybe some of the other guys. I'm not really sure.
Oh.
Who should get credit for that?
No, they're shaking their heads. Uh-oh.
All Nathaniel?
They don't want credit for this.
They don't want any credit. It's
Here's Than.
It's a new bit called Bombs and Flubs.
Bombs and Flubs.
Yes, people bombing on the show.
Yeah.
and people flubbing on the show.
Flubbing their words and,
And
just bombing with jokes.
And what pisses me off under the flub section,
Yeah?
it's all me and Jimmy. 'Cause Anthony talks perfectly.
No, I've had my share, that's for sure.
Well, they couldn't find one, Anthony.
It's just what I happen to record.
They couldn't find one example of you flubbing a line or flubbing a word.
How about pundit? You didn't get that
I
one?
know.
I know, that's a perfect one.
That
I
was
think
a
I have
good
that
one.
somewhere.
Well, this
That'll
is,
be in volume 2.
Yeah, this is the start of a new bit.
Which isn't all that far off. Pundit. Yeah, I must have heard that wrong years ago, and it just stuck.
I noticed there's a lot of examples from last week's show. Did you?
Well, I did notice there was a mandate put out about wanting more of this sort of thing, but yes, it's a lot from last week.
You know, you've been doing this show for 9 months, right?
That's what I heard.
And you got a week.
You know how I know that?
Well, it's a new bit, so it'll grow from here.
Yeah.
We like to see the beginning of some of these bits, and then they take on a life of their own.
Right.
But here's Nathaniel's bombs and flubs. Here's the first bomb from Anthony.
Oh.
This was a rape joke that went horribly wrong, I believe.
If you could believe it.
He was talking to Paul's wife.
Paul's wife, okay.
You know, the couple that came in last week and
Yeah.
gave us great radio.
Uh-huh.
All right, here we go.
Police arrested 7 men who allegedly kidnapped and gang raped a married woman in retaliation for her cousin's affair with one of the suspect's daughters. What a deal.
Wow.
Yeah. One suspect was angered over a relationship between his 17-year-old daughter and the victim's 20-year-old cousin, so him and his friends got together and fucked their mom. Okay.
I hear she blew the whole thing, though, by
Yeah.
actually accepting it and just going through with it.
It's not rape, it's okay.
It ruined it for them because they wanted to rape her, and she just, agreed with it. And yeah, where am I going?
It was fun just watching you meander down that dead end.
Out of my peripheral vision, I just see Jimmy's teeth, so I know he's smiling. I'm just bummed
I got
here.
nothing.
How much longer am I going to keep this fucking...
Scotty, what's up?
One wheel left on that car. I was working the controls. I was trying to keep that joke airborne.
I have no elevator control whatsoever.
Nothing. I went in flames.
Oh, this is great.
Ooh, did that hurt?
Bombs and flubs. The next bomb is from our own Ben.
Ben.
Good old Ben made the bombs
Nah,
and flubs.
I bombed.
Jim, were you upset that Ozzy didn't play Live 8?
Yeah. Hold on, sir. What?
Were you upset that Ozzy didn't play Live 8?
No, I heard it. I just wanted to bomb twice. He did it again.
Oh, by the way,
Because Jimmy smiles and goes, what? Like just waiting for him to do it again so he could turn it around.
Oh, he wound right up and threw it again.
Wow, that is really funny. These are funny. Oh, when you take them completely out of context here and throw them in. God damn,
This is going to be a great new bit on the show, Nathaniel.
Yeah, good job, Booth, not taking any credit for this.
Yeah.
Smart move.
All right, the next bomb is from Colin. Good old Colin Quinn.
Sounds like when Frank used to show up on Carson.
Yeah.
You know, he'd just pop in, sit on the couch, talk a little, and then you think he's going to just slide over?
Yeah.
And let, George Goebel sit down and have an interview? No, he's getting up, he's leaving.
He's too busy.
Norton's like Frank, too. Frank Gorshin, that is. Dead.
That's exactly what you should leave on.
Wow, these are real bombs.
Because that fucking old man, that's the first Frank reference he can yank out. Guy's been on TV since 1968.
This is like a blooper show.
Oh, a blooper reel. The gag reel.
I like it. All right.
That was my favorite part of Cannonball Run when they just show the flubs.
Oh, at the end.
When they were supposed to say one thing, but Dom DeLuise is blowing a guy who's bringing him his food in the room. You're not supposed to say that. Your line isn't, you're so young. And Burt Reynolds goes to tip his cap, and it's his wig, and some skin comes up. Good day to you. Ow.
Gets mad and punches the craft services girl right in the face.
All right, here we go with old Jimmy Norton's bomb.
This couldn't be a bomb. I bet
You had a Y2K joke, did you?
Huh? I bet you there were big laughs and they took him out.
Probably.
In post.
You had a Y2K joke, did you?
One of the problems that they were saying was going to happen was that the computer systems were going to backdate 100 years.
Yeah.
Because the 01 flip, they would have went back to 1901.
1900.
And I said, that's going to be great. It's going to help me in my big court case. What are they going to do? Prosecute me for having sex with a girl who's 114? Yeah. Had a lot more No. 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 That was a good one.
Wouldn't that make her
Apparently.
younger?
Well, it didn't make perfect mathematical sense.
Yeah, because
Never would have happened.
like right when I got that, it's like if she was 14 in the year 2000, let's say, if it was then 1900, she's not even born yet.
Well, let's be happy that you weren't in the audience. The 3 years I was doing it beforehand. They were talking about Y2K since 1971. So.
Yes, they were.
Wow.
Glad I brought that up.
How will it affect your Pong game? We'll tell you.
Let's
71. Oh, double bomb. Nice. That was I piggybacked onto your bomb bit.
I was going down in flames, and you decided just to get in the cockpit with me.
I was jumping in. Hey, it looks toasty in there.
I'm a little hurt, by the way. Anthony has 1 bomb and 0 flubs.
I kind of have 2 bombs, though. I was a bomb in that one.
Yeah.
My Pong joke didn't go over very well.
I didn't want
it was
to confuse the
overshadowed
issue.
by Jimmy's bomb a little bit, but
Here's bombs and flubs, another bomb. Old Jimmy Norton again.
Ah.
All right, we get it. He's chuggling along.
Did you get that instant
7
feedback?
more minutes.
Play Keep On Chugling. It was from John F. at yahoo.com.
it's John Fogerty, of course. I got it. Didn't help that I got it. Did not
Oh, do
help.
I suck.
You know, when you're live on the air like this, you throw them out and just hope they connect, and sometimes they just don't, Jimmy. We all understand.
We got to do another one. Nervous listeners is another one, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Another one that go-getters could take up.
Who wants to run with that one in that office, huh? Travis?
I've already
Huh?
started a list
Danny?
myself. Maybe I can hand it off to one of the
Oh,
other
wait.
delegating
Wait a
responsibility now. Look at him.
guys. One of my inferiors, maybe.
You have middle management written all over you.
Sweet.
All right, it's bombs and flubs. Well, we could just go to the next one. We'll skip this.
What?
Why is that? What?
There's no skipping.
What?
I don't
There's
wanna
no
skip
skipping
one.
Nathaniel's hard work.
What happened?
I'd rather not skip.
I
one.
want to hear it.
How'd you know it was the gay cruise? Just circled St. Vincent's.
Just circled the Statue of Liberty and pointed at the Statue of Liberty and said, "That's a woman." No.
Well, a few gloves. That was a boat crash. You know what it was?
I should have just enjoyed your.
It was taking too long to get to. You were going, well, you're circling, and I saw you going, oh, shit.
Well, you kind of threw me off. I had a really good line, and then you killed with that line, and then I'm like, why am I doing this? In the middle of it, I'm like, why am I even doing this now? Why? Comedy's all about timing. I'm like, I knew as soon as I started, I'm like, why am I doing this? Why?
Wow, that is so funny having to explain it and being there all red-faced.
Oh, it's the worst.
Oh.
I'm just circling the Statue of Liberty. Whenever you pluralize something, you have to make it singular. Very hard to recover.
Wow, that was rough. Yeah,
that was very uncomfortable.
We've all been there. All been there.
Here's another bomb from British Paul. Is that his name on the show now? British Paul?
I don't know.
Yeah, roll that.
No, they just felt like there was nothing moving them around. It was
Like dead weight?
Yeah.
Was it like holding arms, those thin, muscleless calves? 2 white shoes on? Fucking nurse shoes?
Useless shoes. The soles never get dirty.
Pristine sneakers. Still have that like new sticker on the bottom. Your treads are clean.
It's like I was imagining that scene from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker where they go put some legs up on the nightstand. But they were real. Fuck. No, fucking Obi just fucked me up.
Yeah, he's describing sex with a lady that's paralyzed from the waist down there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got another bomb from British Paul. Finishing up the bomb section of the bombs and flubs bit.
So how did you kind of think like, this is perplexing because if she's numb down there, what the hell am I supposed to do?
If she says that's a huge fucking dick when it's in her, I'll be like, wonder if she's lying.
So
He'd definitely be lying.
Oh, I love when they bomb.
Very good.
How did Kev not get any bombs?
Wow. What did you go back a week? You just went a week, didn't you?
Well, because we just kind of came up with this thing.
Gonna have to really go through the history of the time we've been here. Drudge up some of those old bombs.
Because this is a great new bit. It really is.
I like it.
There's some the flubs go back a little farther.
All right.
All right. Now here's some flubs, Anthony, from the show. Here's old Jimmy Norton.
Jimmy?
The flubs are all Jimmy and I. That's it.
Really?
No Anthony.
I know.
And no one else from the show.
Ant does weigh in on one and flub in the process.
Oh, goody.
Can we guess which one here?
No, I'm just
well.
leave it teased.
Right. Flubs.
Eric Logan sent out an ask me email about these tapes, and he said that she's having a tough time with the breakup. That might have been better if I didn't say he sent out an ass email.
Ass email. An ass email, yeah. I remember that one.
That's technically everyone that Logan sends out.
Look, you're recouped right here.
Yeah,
months later.
All right, here's another one from Jimmy.
That's great. Detroit Auto Walker. I had Ivan Demyanuk was the name I remembered.
Right. There you go.
Of course, but I couldn't get Detroit Auto Worker. And the Detroit Auto Worker named Ivan Demyanuk.
Did you see that jerk?
Yeah.
Auto Worker.
Yeah.
Here's myself flubbing away. The bleeps aren't cursed, are they?
No.
The bleeps aren't cursed.
Yes, they are.
Yes. Stay away from the bleeps. They are cursed.
They've been damned.
You got a little mixed up there.
Happens every day, actually. Here's Jimmy.
As you're blowing out your 80th birthday cake candles, a couple of large men come in with clubs and push your face into it until your feet stop moving.
What are gloves?
I don't know. I don't know. Sounds that Connor and Lacey make?
Oh, my God. Hey, flub, but came back strong.
Wow, you certainly did, Jimmy.
You came back strong.
That'd been a great joke. So you're blowing out your 80th birthday candles and men push your face into the cake until you die. I don't know what I was talking about, but I'm really proud of myself. Wish I could have got that one out.
Yeah, good one.
Conceptually a gem.
Back to me. If you want to see the epitome of an absolutely...
Epitome.
Oh, epitome, sorry. Epitome, Jesus Christ. Oh, my Lord.
Wow.
Epitome. Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh. All right, well, Anthony's perfect, so we go back to Jimmy.
No, I know I got plenty.
We were just kidding when we simulated the home invasion. We didn't really rape his wife.
Rape his wife?
We didn't rape his wife.
We didn't rape his wife. I dive a bus.
You
I private bus.
You actually just said it right.
I know. You're stinking.
What, are we in Taiwan?
What the hell? God.
Raped his wife.
I don't know. I was so eager to spit that one out. My little rotten thin lips wouldn't open fast enough.
You were stumbling through that line right from the beginning. You could hear him like you were constantly trying to catch up with your tongue.
Back to me. Does Flavor Flav and VH1 and everyone realize that we're off the air in like 15 minutes?
You do know it's Flavor Flav.
Flav's running a little late. He should be here soon.
Oh, but do you absolutely know it's Flavor Flav?
Yeah.
With a V?
Yeah, but that's how they say it in the ghetto. Flavor Flav.
Do they say Flavor Flav?
They get lazy at the end of words sometimes.
No, it's actually Flavor Flavor. That's why it's Flavor Flav is the cutoff.
Flavor?
But you could just say Flavor Flav.
I don't know. That's been nitpicking a bit.
A little bit. Back to Jimmy.
Did the soup actually fall into the soup, or did the part where your mouth goes just commit suicide and jump?
I think it was where my mouth
Did the soup actually fall into the soup?
Wait, did I say that?
Oh, my God.
Did I say the soup?
You just said, did the soup actually fall into the soup?
Well, that's a legitimate question, because sometimes soup will get mixed up. And I hate when another man's soup falls into my soup.
Did your phone fall into your phone?
Wow.
You just don't even know that you did that.
No.
I just love Anthony, just the disappointment in his voice right after someone flubs.
Well, I enjoy Jimmy so much that I want to hear what he's saying. And when he fucks it up, it's taking away entertainment from me.
That's right.
He's stealing from me.
You also get a little joy out of it.
I get a lot of joy out of it.
You said epitome.
You can't get past that.
Well, look how it's spelt. It's spelt epitome.
All right, I don't want to do this bit anymore. This bit stinks. And I'm thinking, I got some outdoor space in Manhattan. Maybe I'll have an alpaca running around.
Yeah, they have a lifespan of 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
The kid won't be heartbroken right away like a goldfish or something.
And they look like llamas? Llamas?
Llamas. They look
Jesus.
like... a llama.
Black llama?
Hey, I corrected myself really fast. Boss would have said, why? Jesus.
Oh, black llama.
Llama. That's good.
Hey, the llama.
Llama. Oh, this is painful. Back to Jimmy, because Anthony's perfect.
Yeah.
I had a bigger ride when Cronkite.
Oh, at least you didn't say Cronkite.
Cronkite gave a sexier proclamation of JFK's death was where I was going.
Very funny. Took his glasses off. That was hot.
Yeah. Cronkite.
Cronkite. Oh, you horrible. He's disgusted with himself. Cronkite.
That's a good one. All right.
It's kind of like the Cronkite Watergate scandal.
Yeah. Ooh. Mark that one, Sam.
Asterisk.
Just in case you need a little reference.
That's a flom. I bet you bomb with a flub.
Here's another one.
One day I'll change it and just say I grabbed Richard by the hair and said, "Suck my cock, bitch."
Suck my cop. Cop? Jesus, forget it. In a bit.
Suck my cop.
Yeah.
Can you put a siren on that car?
Yeah. All right.
Oh, dear Lord.
And finally, the last bomb and flub for today.
Who is it?
It's not you.
Give me an H. Give me a Y. Give me an S. Give me a T. Give me an R. What's it spell? The beginning of hysterectomy.
Hysterectomy?
Hysterectomy.
Is it H-E...
No, H-Y.
H-Y-S-T-E-R. You said R.
S-T-E-R.
Yeah, you said S-T-R.
You sure?
I'm positive. Play the tape back.
I'm pretty sure I said E-R.
No, you fucked up.
I certainly didn't.
Hysterectomy.
But did you
I'm sorry, you'll have to get a hysterectomy.
But did you hear the way I bailed out of it because I didn't feel like spelling out the entire word?
Of course, especially after leaving out a letter. Hysterectomy.
That's not bad at all.
Let's little comma in there. Just take that letter out.
Let's say hi to Andy in New Jersey.
Sound friendly.
Andy.
Yo, what's up? Hey, listen, Anthony does mess up, man. Every time he says finger, younger.
Finger, younger. Stop it. That's right. Finger.
It's good that you picked those two words to put together, too.
Punch it out.
Finger,
younger.
Nathaniel, bravo.
Good job.
Thank you. Yes.
The first installment of Bombs and Flubs.
How come there's no enthusiastic applause coming from the booth?
It's weird. Yeah, what? Anyone want to take any credit now? For a little help? No?
Oh, to be honest.
To you.
It's cute. They're a little jealous.
Think so.
There you go. All right.
All yearning. Like puppies in a basket. You take one out and pet it, they all look like, why aren't you petting me?
That's right.
We'll go to break. When we get back, we'll continue with the show. We got the Kaplan song still to get to today. G.I. Jew, It's You, a song about RoboCop, I guess, and Why Can't Chinese Women Drive?
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Sandy Kane.
Thank you very much. Thank you. a six-pack, turn off the lights, and smoke some crack. I'm beautiful.
You're a filthy whore! The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Did the guy hear this song when he fell off the Royal Caribbean cruise in the Mediterranean? Lust for Life, splash. No, you don't. Yeah, it was the ship I was on. The Brilliance of the Seas. Went over to the Mediterranean, and some guy, just ended up missing. Weird story, though. He was missing, but they found out, the next morning he was missing, and he was on his honeymoon. So his new bride there didn't know he was missing all night long. Doesn't that seem a little odd? You're on a cruise for your honeymoon, you're pretty much attached at the hip with the wife.
Maybe like your wedding night, the bride passed out.
Could be. Should have thrown her over the rail. Maybe that's why he jumped. Looked at his situation and said, "Oh, I'm out of here."
You remember the story about the guy who fell off a ship? I don't know if it was...
It was a carrier.
It was a carrier?
Yeah.
That was the sickest story, and they found him, though?
Bobbing out there.
It was like a 2020 story or something like that?
They found him dead or alive?
Alive. The guy falls off a carrier. Just falls off, and no one knows that he fell.
He was out there for a long time, too.
No one had a clue. He just fell. Falls in, and the carrier's in the middle of, nowhere out there. In the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nothing anywhere is close. Could you imagine falling off, first of all, surviving the fall, and then watching the carrier just leaving?
Going away.
Knowing there's no hope that they even know you're gone?
You're not going to catch it. You can't yell.
No.
Nothing.
Monsters underneath
Could you
the
imagine?
water.
You talk about that, what did you say, white fear or whatever it was called earlier? Could you imagine what you're thinking? You're in the middle of the ocean or what have you, and that carrier is just getting smaller and smaller? And it turns out some fishing boat or something found him a few days later?
Yeah.
Somehow he was able to, stay afloat?
Mm-hmm.
A few days later?
Days.
Something like that. I mean, it was a while.
Didn't have a survival suit on or anything.
It was definitely more than just a few hours. It was a while.
He did something. He said he took his pants off, tied the...
he was the one that blew up
the
pants?
legs. Yeah, blew it up and floated on that for a little while.
You throw some air in your jeans. You'd make knots in the legs and then throw some air in. And use the belt or whatever to keep the air in.
You could float a truck on Ben's pants with all the room the hog made. That big bulge full of air, forget about it.
Did he really float on his pants that way?
Something like that, yeah. There's a whole story. This goes back about 5 or 6 years, I guess.
Well, another guy, fucking Leon something, was causing a problem and just rolled off the edge by accident.
Should have more air in his tires.
Watch me do a wheelie.
Hey, is this true? This is good news for Jim Norton. Don in Jersey. Go ahead, Don.
Hey, over the weekend, HBO started running promos for Voss, Patrice, and Norton show coming up in a couple of weeks.
Someone told me that. I forgot. Billy Burr, me, and someone.
HBO running commercials for your comedy specials?
Yeah, it looks like, and I don't know if this is confirmed, but someone told me they're airing mine last. They're starting with Louis C.K., and someone said mine is getting aired last, which is October 19th or 21st. But that might be incorrect. I don't know.
I wait so long.
Did our wave make the cut, Jimmy?
As far as I know, it's still in there.
Uh-oh.
I haven't seen the final cut.
Hey, you guys hear about Ringo Starr?
Yeah.
Drummer, right?
Very pissed off at Paul McCartney because Paul McCartney did Live 8, went out there, and I guess he did some Beatles songs, right?
Of course.
I think he did a Beatles song with Bono. We played a clip of that last week or whatever.
And they do Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Well, ex-Beatle Ringo Starr has hit out at former bandmate Sir. Got to call him Sir Paul McCartney now.
Sir.
For not asking him to play the drums at London's historic Live 8 concert last weekend, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Starr is furious he was not asked to play the drums on the songs, as he and McCartney are the only surviving Beatles. Starr fumes, "I was never asked to do it. He didn't ask me. It's too late now. It's disappointing. But I would have only done it if I'd been able to wear my Sgt. Pepper suit."
Ringo makes demands.
Yeah. That's Ringo demanding this. Get on it.
Maybe that's why Paul didn't want you. You've lost your mind.
Why wouldn't you ask him, though? One of the Beatles. Why do you want to play with other guys if you can get one of the other Beatles to do it?
I don't know. I think you want to kind of be the star of the whole thing.
I know.
Don't want a distraction of that not very popular Beatle. the last of the last in line of popularity of the Beatles.
He was popular with the ladies, though.
Was he?
Well, Ringo was more popular than George Harrison.
I don't know. I think the chicks dug George more. Yeah. It's the drummer. They kept him out of songs. They let other people play on songs.
Did they?
Yeah.
Why?
Like when they really started getting more than just the, I want to hold your hand beats going down, they brought in other drummers to actually do the drumming. Like there's albums that Ringo didn't even drum on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, how'd they do it live? You had to learn the songs live?
They barely ever did it live after that. They only did a couple of concerts with the Beatles, and then they started putting out the albums that really, the late 60s, early 70s, and then they never toured after that.
Why didn't you get Bill Ward?
Bill Ward?
Yeah. They didn't perform after 1966.
66 was their last?
Yeah, and then they did the one show.
Are you shitting me? It was that early?
Because their concerts were only like 20 minutes long, too.
Were they really?
Yeah, and then the only show they really did at the end was on the top of Abbey Road when they did Get Back and all those songs.
Wait, their concerts weren't like an hour and a half?
No, they're short because the songs were short. I think when they played Shay, the show was like 28 minutes maybe. Yeah, because the songs, She Loves You and all those songs were really short.
Yeah.
But how many? Jesus, how
I had
short
no
are they?
idea that they didn't perform after 66.
No.
I would have thought it was
They
later
spent
than
more
that,
time. They wanted to spend more time in the studio.
But I don't remember some of the names of the drummers and stuff, but there were other drummers that played on a lot of stuff.
Rick Allen?
I think Sgt. Pepper is one of the albums that Ringo really had little to do with.
Ringo stinks.
He's the worst.
He really is. Barney's kind of a dick too. Pete Best. I got a photo with him, Jim.
Yeah.
So you'd be jealous.
We interviewed Pete Best.
I wouldn't mind meeting Pete Best.
That's one of our best interviews ever.
Oh, Kimmy from Survivor. That's right.
Yeah.
Oy.
What did she say?
Yeah, what did she
We
say?
always talk about this.
Something
We got
about
to
you
find that
secretly
audio.
Happy when Lennon got shot.
Right.
Were you laughing or something?
Secretly happy, yeah.
Let's go to Joe in Texas. Joe.
Hey.
Hey, Joe.
How do you do, Joe?
What, Joe?
Fell off the aircraft carrier. He was standing on an out stick. It's a door that opens up on like a balcony. And somebody came out behind him and hit him with the door, and he fell off. And in the Navy, their pants are designed to be your life vest. And you have to tie the legs off with your belt and constantly fill them up with air.
Oh, but they're specially designed pants?
Yeah, they're really thick denim. They're called dungarees. And he floated out there for 3 days before a fishing boat came and picked him up.
3 days. What are the odds that a fishing boat's going to...
And they didn't know he was missing until the next morning's roll call.
And what?
The next morning, at the end of every shift, they have a roll call to make sure everybody's there from the night.
Yeah.
And that's when they found him missing.
Can you imagine 3 days just floating around there thinking you're just going to die and no one's going to find you? All right, Joe.
What do they eat? How do you make phone calls?
All right, let's play some of this Kaplan stuff. The Kaplan brothers, Anthony.
What do you sleep on? Was he nervous?
All right,
How
Jimmy,
cold was
Jesus.
it?
The Navy gets floating pants.
Were the waves high? I get very inquisitive.
The Kaplan brothers came up with the CD, The Silence of the Lambs, the musical, that we had a lot of fun with. Something you can't even really buy. I think they're finally selling it on a website or something.
Yeah.
But very, very creative and very, very good. Well done. Well, they sent us 3 more songs, Anthony.
Yeah.
Because they know we're fans of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And well, we're gonna play them now.
They got a hard act to follow.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. I haven't heard these yet. Ann hasn't. None of us have heard these.
No.
Eric did. He said they're great.
Steve brought them to our attention.
Eric said they're great?
Yes, he did.
Right.
Steve brought them to our attention.
I don't know if they compared to the originals, but I mean, they were sent them, and I just wanted to give them to a non-committal ass.
Earl.
Here.
Hello.
Earl.
What's happening, guys?
What's up, Earl?
Truth that more Beatle drummers included Alan White of Yes. And also, I think Phil Collins actually did a session or two.
Do you realize that in a conversation flow, you're a brick wall?
Well, I didn't mean to, guys.
What did Phil Collins do with the Beatles?
Well, he always tells the story. He goes, he sat in on a session. He said he wanted to play drums, but obviously...
They played, Hey Judia.
I like it.
That wasn't bad.
I enjoyed it.
All right, I'll take that.
Nathaniel made me do that.
Yeah?
So yeah, got to be marked.
Oh, now he's got a little... that fucker's just standing there with his pen.
I know, now with his pen waiting for us to fuck up.
This is why Nathaniel stinks, because he's lazy, he doesn't want to go back over the old ones, so he's like, I'll just get all the new ones.
Yeah, new ones.
He's already got 5 from today.
Of course he does.
He'll make believe he found them months ago.
He wants to know if he could use the flubs that we've used during the flub segment, because it's a new segment now.
Yes.
So he's just going to replay those.
All right, here's the Kaplan brothers.
That wasn't even a crash. That was a sputter and running out of gas.
Oh, okay. You can go to silencethemusical.com to get their CD.
Where can you get that awful shirt that Eric is wearing?
Derek.
I don't know, the listeners can't see it. It's green. It says Boston Tavern, Luck of the Irish with a 4-leaf clover. Ugh. And it's a fucking medium, and his dumb gut is sticking out. It's just an awful shirt.
His dumb gut.
Stop pinching your gut like you didn't know it was there, Mr. Dither's body.
Oh, that's funny.
God, this place is an awful working environment. It really is horrible. Where else do you have to work where you just get abused on a daily basis?
I'm talking to human resources today.
Oh, disgusted.
Today. Okay. Here's G.I. Jew.
He lights the candles and reads from the Torah. G.I. Jew is there. He lends you money and dances a hora. G.I. Jew is there. G.I. Jew, American Hebrew. G.I. Jew is there. The Catholics blame him for murdering Jesus. G.I. Jew is there. He cuts the skin off the tip of your penis. G.I. Jew is there. G.I. Jew, American Hebrew. G.I. Jew is there. G.I. Jew, American Hebrew. G.I. Jew is there. Overbearing and often obnoxious, call him cheap, he doesn't care. G.I. Jew is there. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. When you've got problems, you know what to blame. Asher Shabbat Shalom. G.I. Jew, American Hero. G.I. Jew is there. G.I. Jew, American Hero. G.I. Jew.
Wow. Great production value.
Yeah, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It's no put the fucking lotion in the basket.
Well, you're aiming high there. You're aiming high with put the fucking lotion in the basket.
All right.
That's good, though.
This next one from the Kaplan brothers is called Murphy, It's You, from RoboCop, the musical.
Oh, okay. Let's hear this.
Foolish machine, didn't know I could dream. Was it a nightmare or an error in the drive? Something feels wrong, like there's been a mistake. I'm awake, but I'm not sure if I'm alive. My brain is infected with 4 prime directives. I'm quite a remarkable tool. Somehow I feel like I used to be someone who thought about more than these rules.
Murphy, it's you. Murphy, it's you. I watched it happen. They killed you, you were dead. They blew your arm off and they shot you in the head. Murphy, it's you. What did they do?
All right, how long are we going to listen to this?
I like it.
How long are we going to listen to this?
You don't like it?
Nah, it ain't working for me. I get it.
Turn it off.
Turn it off! Able to conjure up feelings my programming shouldn't allow. Frustrating glimpses of people who love me, but what do they think of me now?
Yeah. I'm not feeling that.
You know why? I'll tell you why I didn't mind it, because she's actually very good, but it wasn't supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Which is, I didn't mind it, because it wasn't like it was a song that was bombing. It was just a song about the movie.
Yeah, it's
You
not.
might
like-
as well have played a regular show tune there, though.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it didn't stink like, this is awful. It's
No,
bad if it's
they're-
trying to be funny. It's not.
They're very, talent. Jesus,
Jimmy,
he
it's
didn't even
you.
put his ass up to the mic.
You know that's another bit for the show, guys.
Jimmy farts.
Jimmy
How about
farts.
dancers? Anyway, because Opus cut a few.
That's another
Yeah.
bit for the show. Oh yeah, I got a
Stands
few.
up, Turns that 30 waist around and just drops one into the mic.
Yeah, the show's farts.
I wasn't feeling that one. I know it's what it's supposed to be.
Well,
It's not
if
supposed
you
to be
like,
funny.
Jimmy could drink more milk then if you weren't.
No,
feeling
not that one.
Oh, the
I
song.
want to put my ass on Anthony's arm and let a nice, quiet, hot one go.
Whoa!
My bare bottom.
That would not happen on any planet, in any dimension.
A nice, warm one. You feel like you just put your arm over an engine.
That's not gonna happen. He lives in a germ-free zone.
Let's get a drink. Wait, honey. You can't move. You can't move. You're safe here. You're in the germ-free zone now. You understand?
That's right. Germ-free zone. What's wrong with that?
What's
He
that?
just, he was just being safe.
All right. Well, here's the last song from the Kaplan Brothers.
Uh-oh.
Was that real?
No.
They're playing them from in there. What
Oh.
did they cull the farts from the show? Who was that, Jimmy?
That was mine.
Yeah, that was actually Opie's.
Yeah, I could tell mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a Jimmy and an Opie one there that we haven't heard yet?
I think this is the only one we have right now.
Let's see what's up with him.
Oh, look at Danny doing his job. A little
Yeah.
behind the scenes there. You
I'll
see
bet
what
you Dan
happened?
isolated all of your farts and jerks off to them.
Jesus.
He doesn't like mine because he hates my body. But I bet you he's watched you stand up. He sees your shirt lift off your little V, and he gets a fucking rod every time you do it. He just jacks off to your gassers. That's why he has them all isolated. This is Ope when he gassed in the green sweater.
I'm sure that's what's happening.
Uh-oh, this next song is really long, too.
Is it?
Wow.
What's the next one, sweetie?
We were counting on the Kaplan Brothers to fill up some time today, and
Well, let's just listen and...
this one's called Why Can't Chinese Women Drive?
It's 8:10 and I'm gonna be late, holy moly. Why is the person in front of me driving so slowly? He's veering back and forth in his lane, what the hell is he doing? Is he talking on a cell phone or distracted by the gum that he's chewing? So I pull up beside him and I honk on my horn, and I freak when I look at the driver, 'cause the guy at the wheel is a she, not a he. And those eyes, my God, this woman's from China. Tell me, why can't Chinese women drive? I'm surprised I'm still alive. If you wanna survive the ride, you better open your eyes. There are certain things in this world that just don't go together. There's Israelis and Arabs and hard liquor and beer, and there's picnics and terrible weather. But there's two more things that just don't mix. They outweigh the others by far. It's not blacks and whites, nor dogs and cats. It's a Chinese woman and the wheel of a car. Why can't Chinese women drive? I'm surprised I'm still alive. If you wanna survive the ride, you better open your eyes. Why can't
I like the music.
women drive?
And it's a funny theme, you know.
I'm still alive. If you wanna survive the ride,
It's a single,
open your
you know.
Maybe I'm a racist with a crooked view. Not every bearded big-nosed guy's a frickin' Jew. And not all blacks play basketball. And not all Asian men are small. But why is it every time I'm nearly killed behind the wheel? Oh God, I'm asking you please, that the person responsible don't have a clue is a woman and Chinese. Chinese women cry. I'm surprised I'm still alive. If you wanna survive the ride, you better open your eyes. Why can't Chinese women cry?
It's getting rave reviews on the instant feedback.
It seems like they tried to purposely make the radio clean. Like
Yeah.
it's frickin'
Yeah.
Chinese guys, which isn't why are all the Chinese cocks small.
Sounds like late era Zappa filtered through a screen of shit.
From Dweezil Z.
That's from Carl Meyer. Bobcat says dead air would be better. Patrick from Virginia, the Chinese driving song is fucking awful. Turn it off. Are you guys playing this as part of the Bombs and Flubs bit? Oh, good Lord, someone wrote. This seriously might be the fucking gayest thing I've ever heard. Way to kill the last 5 minutes of the show, you douches. Is this off? This is awful. If you want filler, just go to commercial. This is fucking stupid, too. I would rather listen to Jimmy blowing ass. Wow.
That can be arranged.
Holy fuck, these songs suck ass balls.
All right, so we're getting mixed reviews.
Yes. Some people think they suck, some think they stink, some think they're awful.
Mixed reviews. I don't think we've ever had this many bad reviews.
All right, we'll give this one to the morning zoos out there. Here you go. Here's a bit for you.
Put the fucking CD in the
Mail that
basket.
to the morning zoo.
Well, they'd have to beep out the word Chinese so it doesn't offend anyone. Yeah.
All right, well.
And women, because that's a gender slam. Why can't beep drive?
Let's go to Guy on Long Island. Guy?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that Earl knows nothing about Beatle history. Phil Collins only appeared as an extra in A Hard Day's Night when he was 12 years old. That's the only thing he ever did with the Beatles. And the Alan White who drummed with the Beatles is not the same Alan White from Yes. He was a session drummer.
Yeah, but let me ask you something.
Signing out.
All right, let's say hi to Paul in Jersey. Paul?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Opie, Anthony, old Komodo dragon torso. I just wanted to point out one of, I guess, Anthony's flubs on the word garrote. It's actually garrote, not Garrett. He said it just this past Friday about...
garrote or Garrett.
Yeah.
I've heard it both ways,
I like
sir.
Garrett.
All right.
She wasn't strangled by the den mother from the Facts of Life, Anthony.
How stupid is that? Awesome garrote.
Let's say hi to Pinchy. What's up, Pinch?
Hey, boys, how's it going?
Pretty good, man.
Hey, today I learned when Ant looks at Minnesota, he sees snow and white people smoking Luckies.
Very good. He hung up.
All right, Colin on Long Island. What's up, Colin?
I just wanted to thank you for starting off my Monday with the most painful fucking 5 minutes of horrific music. But thank God for Jimmy's ass. You might have just saved the show with that wonderful blast of gas there, Jimmy. Thank you.
That was
a good one.
Pert firecracker of a gasser.
But,
I appreciate it.
Just imagine how many people are going to be humming that song later today.
Nobody? Someone says they already heard that song on Deep Tracks. That's how it works, you know? We play them on the air. We didn't hear those. Think if we did, we would have played them.
Let's say hi to Jeff in New York. What's up, Jeff?
How are you guys?
Hi.
I just wanted to let you know that if this wasn't if it wasn't 10:55 right now, you would not have played that entire song. You're just trying to kill time.
Oh.
10:58, and
Is
you're
it?
right. I think we should play it again.
Why are we playing this song?
Actually, it's 10:57.
Do you guys look at each other and just say, "Oh, we got to speed up the time, speed up the time"?
Shut up, dude.
We do, but we start doing that actually at about 8:40. You got a 3-hour song?
Son of a bitch.
Sorry about that. Thanks.
Shut up,
Great
Jeff.
You're not supposed to know what we do in here.
Do we have any of those recorded things that we do for the beginning of the show to do today, Eric? No? Tomorrow? Good.
Yeah.
Now we can get right the fuck out of here.
Sean, what's up? What did you learn on the Opie and Anthony program today?
Don't have to
Today I
bask in
learned
the
that
success of the last
Patty
5 minutes.
for Dick and Anita cunts.
Oh, did learn that.
And that's the truth. Their last name is spelled Kuntz.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it to be like the way that you're saying it.
Russ
my new
and
character, literal guy.
Russ and-
Literal guy. I like
Russ in Cleveland. What's up, Russ?
I learned that you guys owe me $12.95 because that was fucking unbearable. Thanks a lot.
$12.95.
Are you insane?
You
asshead.
That's for the whole month of
A
programming.
month? We give you a
You
month
guys
back
fucking
because you
rule.
didn't like 3 minutes?
That's right.
And don't put all the pressure on us because there's other channels to enjoy.
That's right.
Exactly.
The gospel channel for one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, what the F was up with that? A promo for the gospel
I
channel?
didn't hear it.
Doughboy, what's up?
What's up? I learned that our garage is an awesome garage. Loki sucks balls.
Wow, I forgot that was a great song, actually.
Yes.
Bobby Big Rigger.
Hey, real quick, guys, you need Beatle trivia. You got to get a hold of Lady Diane. Remember, she's the expert.
That's true.
Punching out later.
They don't forget anything.
All right, pre-ordering going on for the Opie and Anthony Pest T-shirts. Email my brother, Dr. DUK@AOL.com. Spell out Doctor. Dr. DUK@AOL.com for the Pest Opie and Anthony
Could
T-shirt.
Dr. Duck get me a shirt, please?
No.
That's it. I'm out of here.